I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time.
And a very pleasant good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be watching from. My name is Jimmy Finizzi, the host of From the Blue Seats, a New York Rangers podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network, and alongside Kyle Manifold, host of Flamescast and co-manager of THPN, and last-minute edition, Bill Kornfeld of Orange and Backcheck. We welcome you to another THPN watch party, as tonight is a very, very big matchup for both teams. We got a huge division rival tonight between the Rangers and the Philadelphia Flyers. Before we get to the crux of tonight's game, gentlemen, a pleasure to work with you again. Bill, it's been a while since I've worked with you. You've been on my show before. We talk all things Rangers and Flyers. It's been a while since we've spoken, though. How you been?
Good. I think the last time we spoke was probably your preview podcast that you were doing, the series leading into the season all the way back in August. And now we're here in 2025. So it's been a while and it's good to be here.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't wait that long to talk again.
Yeah.
I agree. Part of that's my bad. I apologize. Personal life, work's been really busy for me. But hey, it's good to see you again, Bill. Kyle, always a pleasure to see you. I did see your recent episode on Flamescast. I know the Flames play the same.
Oh, nice.
Should be a good game. How's everything with you, though? Everything good?
Yeah, all's good. Just crazy week so far in THPN land, but all's good and well, and I'm ready to watch the game.
I feel you on crazy weeks, and tonight's game should be very, very crazy as well, considering the fact that both teams are tied with 50 points apiece in the standings. From the Flyers' standpoint, Bill, they've been an up-and-down team all season. They're not a highly offensive firepower team, but they play terrific defensive hockey, and they are not afraid to be gritty and grind you down. Bill, what are your expectations for this Flyers team tonight? And also, I should mention you're coming off a big overtime win in your last game.
Yeah, it felt like going not just that overtime win the other night, like it feels like they have been grinding out a ton of wins late. I just saw on the screen just before the Flyers pregame live, Sam Ersson, who's in goal tonight, is 6-1 with a sub-2 goals against average over his last 7 starts. Absolutely absurd stuff that we've seen. And to your point about how this team has not scored a lot, and they're not because they lack talent. Their most talented player is the 19-year-old phenom that we're still trying to figure out exactly what he is, but he's just fun to watch. The fact that we're now seeing the goaltending round into form, not just tonight with Sam Ersson, but Fedotov, who's probably going to get the start tomorrow night up in Long Island against the Islanders, is finally getting into rhythm. They're finally getting used to the speed of the NHL, the size of the NHL rink. And then they finally got rid of the problem that was Alexei Kolisov, because he's down in the AHL, who did report, by the way, the fear was he was going back to Russia. He's thankfully reported to Lehigh.
Wow. Yeah, we were all wondering about him, but that rookie you mentioned, man, is he a problem. And I still think he's going to be a very, very special player when it's all said and done. But look, man. Sorry, I lost my screen for a second there. I apologize.
No, you're good.
Samuel Ersson, already some technical difficulties, folks. I was trying to pull up the Philadelphia lineup here to see the goaltending. Yeah, look, Sam Ersson getting the start tonight, and Fedotov, you mentioned, getting the start tomorrow on Long Island. But for the Rangers standpoint, Kyle, I want to go to you on this. You know I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I legit thought this team was dead. You know, they were literally at the bottom of the NHL. They were in dead last for a week. And now all of a sudden, they're within 3 points of the first wildcard spot, which Columbus currently holds. So if either team wins tonight, they will be tied for the second wildcard spot with Ottawa. So there is a lot on the line for both teams. But for the Rangers, you can clearly tell they want it more, considering the fact that they've been playing so much better than what we've seen the past 2-3 months.
This is probably up to date. It's a must-win for the Rangers. I wouldn't say it's a must-win for Philly, but it feels that way for the Rangers because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams vying for 2 wildcard spots, and they're all within 5 points of each other. You know, So that's like at some point, like I said before we jumped on, this feels like a separation game a little bit. And if the Rangers can get this done and they get on a bit of a roll, right, it'll tempt Chris Drury to make the deal for JT Miller, which was apparently in place last Saturday but fell through. And you wonder what other type of moves that, like, at some point Drury's going to find us and scrap his way to get this team into the playoffs, whether he likes it or not, or whether fans hate him for doing it or not. So, like for Philly, I mean, you mentioned like Bill just mentioned Ersson. Like, I'm so impressed with him after the whole Carter Hart ordeal that happened. For him to step in and for the run that he's had on recently, it's phenomenal. His stats are absolutely incredible, and I give him a ton of credit. So, whenever these games are played too, man, especially either in Philly or MSG, doesn't matter. It's always just a beat down left, right, and center.
Yeah. And it's fun because, like, we've talked about it on our show on Orange and Backcheck, like what the question was about Ersson was, or what screwed Ersson last season was Carter Hart, because he was all of a sudden thrust into position of being the one. And that's not what he was prepared for at the time. Not just the fact that he wasn't necessarily showing the skills to be a 1A goalie yet, but just the fact that he had to shoulder that load. There was like 35 games left or something along those lines when Carter was dismissed from the team, or whatever the verbiage they used for. And it was clear he wasn't ready for that, like that, to load that. And then Fedotov came over, and that was exciting, but all he got was a 3-game. He got as we say, he got a cup of coffee, and then he was like, that was it. Now they're kind of getting used to that. They're definitely used to the flow and that the grind of the daily season. We're already past the midway point officially for the Flyers, but it's nice to see that he's reached that point.
Absolutely. Rangers come into this game 6-1-3 in their last 10 games. Igor Shesterkin getting the start tonight, coming off back-to-back. Well, I'm not going to say the word. You already know where I'm going with that. Flyers coming into this game 5-3-2 in their last 10 games. So both teams on a hot streak right now. Samuel Ersson getting the start tonight. He's won his last 5 starts in 8 games played so far. Catching up on a couple of comments here. What's going on? Danell, Jared, Zillerix under a different name. Looks like his sister may have changed his username there. I'm sorry for you, Zillerix.
No, I just wanted to bring this up and show Bill.
We're underway at the Garden, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Let me pull it up. I just wanted to show that to Bill. A lot of hate going into the NFC
Championship. I saw. Oh, yeah. It's fine. I understand. Listen, Here's like one of the few things I'll say about the game. There is a tailgate of Commanders fans that are planning to come up to Philly.
Oh, no.
But they are leaving Virginia at 10 a.m. for a 3 p.m. kickoff in Philly for the NFC Championship game. You need to leave at 6:30 a.m. We are trying to help you.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's ridiculous,
That was
man. Meanwhile, I'm a little bit behind here. You're gonna have to bear with me, fellas. I apologize, but Rangers trying to clear it out. Keandre Miller has the puck. Lindgren and Fox, the defensive pair. Just about a minute in, and here come the Flyers. Number 11 moves on up. That's Travis Konechny, number 11. Puck played around. Man, how far behind am I? Jeez.
Do you have YouTube?
I only saw it because it's
no. I'm watching on Gotham Sports. That's why I'm so far behind. I apologize, but yeah, you're gonna have to bear with me 2 seconds here.
No, you're good. I found a hack for YouTube TV. It's very cool.
No. I don't like YouTube TV. Meanwhile, pass for Konechny. Pass in front. They score. Good pass by Travis Konechny, and the Flyers are out in front early. It's 1-0.
So give up a rebound, go. Man, where's your defense? It's a 3-on-1.
Yeah, that was
Where's the
D? It was nowhere to be found. Clearly, nowhere to be found.
Well, as I do with all of these games, I put my $5 bet on DraftKings Sportsbook to see the Flyers win. I'm feeling good right now already.
Big brain.
By the way, Owen Tippett, his 14th of the season. Oh, wait a minute. Did he kick that in, or did that deflect off a skate?
It did look like a kick, but they continued play. So we're moving along.
I'm surprised they didn't look at that, but
Keandre Miller was all over that one.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
let's see if this is any better for me. As that shot is a save by Ersson, and he hangs on. Are you guys surprised the Canadians and Blue Jackets are that good, and both at wildcard spots? Ain't both supposed to be rebuilding? Montreal, I'm a little bit more surprised at than Columbus, because Columbus, they're playing inspired for Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. Again, God rest both their souls. They're clearly playing inspired. So I am surprised by them, but not nearly as surprised as I am with Montreal. Montreal was supposed to be more the rebuilding team, and all of a sudden they're good? Like, what the hell happened to them?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by both teams.
Okay.
I think we all expected, Columbus to compete this year. I think we're shocked that that's where they're at, but I think it's more surprising that the way the Rangers are right now and the way that Boston is right now, and I don't know if you want to throw Philly in the mix, but sure, why not? I'm surprised that they're even the Senators. I would think are less surprising. I just think those two teams are just kind of why are you here?
Yeah. No, I'm actually. It's funny. We've hit all three scenarios. I'm more surprised by Columbus here. Detroit, I'm not surprised. I thought they had a good goaltend. Their goaltending has continued to improve. I just think Columbus was not supposed to be good this year, and they're playing inspired hockey because of the Gaudreau tragedy.
Yeah,
and that kind of stuff can carry you through a long season that we're dealing with, and one of the something like that. It's I don't want to say it's nice to see because obviously the circumstances, but good for Columbus for getting being competitive this year.
Bill, I have a stat for you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, they showed one real quick here. John Tortorella is in his third year as Philadelphia Flyers head coach. He's 91 and 30. He's exactly 500.
Right at 500. It's rather impressive. It's really a microcosm of how we felt. Not just
good old Torts.
Yeah, it's not just how we felt as a podcast between Scott and I, but just like the city as a whole with this team. They are in this weird position where they can compete. They are competing, but I don't know if they should be because of how bad they need to be to get the elite talent that they know they can.
Welcome to my world.
Fair.
Yeah. I know you're speaking. I'm speaking your language there, Kyle.
Oh, you got it.
By the way, Tippett his 14th from Konechny and Frost at 125. And the Flyers strike first early. They have a 1-0 lead. By the way, what time are you guys at? I'm at 16:54 right now on my end. What time are you guys at right now?
I just hit 16:45 now.
Okay, so I'm a little bit better. Okay, all right. So I'm not 2 minutes behind like before. What's going on, Mr. Bone? Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves, buddy.
Mr. Bones, welcome on in.
But in all seriousness,
it is funny,
you, Mr. Bone. Hope you're doing well.
I did discover there is a new feature on YouTube TV because obviously because it's streaming, it's obviously an internet connection, so there's even more of a delay from your traditional broadcast. On sports broadcast now, if you scroll down to the menu on the far left side where it has the 3 dots, you hit that. There's a new thing that says broadcast delay. You can decrease the delay even more to make it more up to snuff with your traditional cable. It's been one of the it's been one of the saviors of my life right now. Yeah.
I might have to look into that. That's interesting.
I would never notice. You know what I mean? Like if I'm wherever, but that's handy actually. That's
the only time it gets annoying is if I have sometimes the only time it gets annoying is when ESPN sends you alerts for a goal score or an end of the period. Sometimes ESPN is way off and they will give me it like 30 seconds before a goal scored.
Yeah.
I was on such a bad delay. And I'm like, oh, well, that defeated the purpose, but oh well.
My thoughts on Ottawa this year, they're a good offensive team that still has a bit of question marks defensively and with goaltending since their number 1 guy, Ullmark, is out. Do I trust them to make the playoffs? I do, but I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Bones? We'll listen to the Friars again. Hey, it's only 1-0. It's still early. Mr. Bones says he believes the Rangers will make the playoffs. Okay, coming from a Philadelphia guy. I respect that.
And I know...
I don't mean to cut you off, Kyle. I apologize, but we forgot to mention... Let us know your score predictions for tonight and who you think wins. Leave a comment down below. Much appreciated. Sorry, Kyle. Go ahead.
No, you took the words right out of my mouth. Like, did you guys have a prediction for tonight?
Oh, boy.
It's funny because they're both coming in on point streaks. So, like, you kind of want to in one way, you're like, oh, we'll see this, keep going with overtime. So both teams continue their point streaks. But Flyers could use all 2 points and no points for the Rangers on this. So already 1-0. I'll go 3-2 regular time win Flyers.
3-2 Flyers. Okay. I think it's going to be a little bit more high scoring than that, but not by much. I'm going to say 4 as Ryan Lindgren takes a penalty here for the Rangers. I'm going to say 4-3 Rangers. 4-3 Rangers win in regulation.
I'm a sucker for overtime, you know that. So I think I'm going to go Flyers 4-3 overtime.
Someone's got to keep the point streak alive.
By the way, Lindgren for cross-checking, and the Flyers got to keep it first power play of the game. And by the way, that sounds really good right now, Danelle. Please do not tempt me.
Here's a good question.
What surprised you the most so far this season?
Washington.
Yeah. The Capitals. That's not. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we're now going, like, it is a definitive yes. We are going to see Ovi break Gretzky's record this season.
Yes,
like
100% yes.
We were not supposed to see that until late 2025, like the start of the 25-26 season at the earliest. And then he went on this tear and he broke his leg or whatever he broke.
And the fact that they continue to win without him for a week showed you something.
So here's a better question. Now that we answered that, here's a better question. Well, if the Capitals end up finishing first in their division, are they on upset alert come playoff time?
Yes.
I think, especially just given their track record. I mean,
true.
Honestly,
even though they did win the cup finally in 2018, I still don't trust their pedigree when it comes to the playoffs. I would say yes.
Yeah, it makes the wild card race very interesting now, though, because I bet you Washington's probably scoreboard watching closer to the end of the season, going, "Yeah, I'd rather play Columbus than the Rangers."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, Trocheck with a good 2-on-1 chance short-handed right there, and Ersson with a good save. Wagyu ribeye steak with some... Oh, dude. Dude, you getting no fancy on us? What are you guys' thoughts on both Red Wings and Blue Jackets? The Blue Jackets one, I love. Red Wings, ish.
You know what's
Blue
funny?
Jackets... Go ahead, Bill, yeah.
No, just the fact that we're talking. Someone brought up the Stadium Series. Thanks, Donnell. We've talked about this. I can't believe they did the Winter Classic this year on New Year's Eve instead of traditional New Year's Day or New Year's Day.
Terrible.
I didn't even. I actually asked myself, do they actually have a Stadium Series going on this year? Because I've seen nothing.
And they're not doing it again on New Year's for 2026. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah, I want to say they're trying.
By the way, Bill, I don't mean to cut you off, Bill. I apologize, but Flyers just took a penalty, and now it's a 4-on-4 for a little over 30 seconds.
Sorry, finish your thing there.
Looks like they're going to call Bobby Brink on interference. I just don't understand. It looks like they're trying to not compete with the playoffs, the college football playoff, but like they're also always on New Year's Eve, so it doesn't make sense.
Thank you.
Every time I try and praise the NHL for doing something right, whatever that may be, it always seems like they take 2 steps back after that praise to ruin it. And it's like, what's the point here?
100% right.
Yeah, the marketing for it's been terrible. That's all.
Oh my God, yes.
The Blue Jackets jersey, I would argue, is probably the best jersey I've seen in the last 5 to 6 years.
Not even a question. Yes, 100%.
It's not even close.
100%. By the way, Rangers will go on the power play in about 5 seconds as that shot is a save by Shesterkin. Rangers move on up, and they have a brief power play for about 1:25 seconds as Hedel moves in and shoots. Save by Erson. Good save by Erson on Hedel, who had a really good chance moving in front. Panarin tries to get it, and the Flyers will take it and clear. These two teams played each other on January 2nd, 2012. And yes, they did. And we all know what happened then. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah. It's crazy how bad the Flyers are. Other than the Stadium Series in 2019 against Pittsburgh at the Link, they have really not been that great of a team in the outdoor games, and that's a shame.
Wait, so did Swayman just get hurt? Did he just get hurt, or am I just hearing about this? What happened?
It's possible.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy. Is there even an all game this season?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
It's just
they haven't really promoted it, so I don't even know if there is.
No, it's just it's the Four Nations that they promote.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Which starts on February 12th, I believe. So a few short weeks.
I think so. Yeah.
They didn't I'm at the point with the
college football. Yeah, exactly. So, but if you have it on New Year's Day, like you're supposed to, and if you have it in the early afternoon, you won't have this problem. Power play over by the way, teams are back at full strength.
The biggest problem I have, it's just a boring game now. Like the lure of it is just completely gone, in my opinion. Like they could get rid of it. They won't, because I'm sure they still make good marketing dollars off of it. Yeah. They could get rid of the outdoor games next season, and I wouldn't bat an eye. Like it would be fine for me.
Bill, let's be honest. As excited as I am to see the Rangers get another outdoor game, you really think that it's going to work in Miami, where the Marlins play? How in the world are you going to make that work? It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Meanwhile, we got a chance here for the Rangers now as they keep in the zone. Good moving by Schneider. He moves in and shoots, and he scores! The Rangers tie it. Riley Smith deflected it. We're tied at 1.
I like my prediction for tonight.
It's gonna be one of those games.
It is gonna be one of those. Oh man.
Oh, actually, I thought it was deflected by Smith, but it looks like it's going to be Braden Schneider's goal. Good on him.
I was going to say, it looked like it went in on Schneider.
Gets off the Schneider a little bit, and he ties the game.
Tortorella's pass. Tell me something new.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It was deflected, but I believe, did that go off a Flyers stick? Let's see.
It might have gone off the Muller.
I never know. I feel like Smith.
But wait a minute. No, it's going to be Smith's goal. Smith deflected it, and then it went off of a Flyer player after that. So it is Riley Smith's goal, and the game is tied.
Nice. Yeah, I figured that was Smith.
Yeah.
Wow. So initially I was right. So my bad. But Riley Smith is on a little bit of a tear right now, and we are tied 1-1. Everyone has said that the Blue Jacket Stadium Series is the best jersey they ever had in history. Yeah,
Debatable.
I would probably say that. I feel like NHL somehow gets worse every year.
It's not that they get worse. It's that they just stick with the same model. Like, look at Detroit. It just has that same style of scribby that, or like cursive that they have. The Flyers had it in one of their jerseys. It might have actually been a fake one. I can't remember now that I'm going through it. Their best jersey. I like their black Stadium Series jersey that they wore against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And despite they lost in them, the 2012 Winter Classic jerseys with like that burnt orange always has a sweet spot for me. I love the color of orange.
You know, I wish
they could still wear that.
I can't lie.
Yeah, I wish they still wore that.
I was talking to a buddy earlier this week, and it's funny because it came up in conversation, right? And he's like, what it changed about when, back, like if you remember back in between like 2005 to 2010 and like a couple years afterwards, right? He's like, the thing that really started to change, to be honest, is even like kids nowadays is how phones have become so much into play now that you like the whole thing of like that Saturday night hockey night in Canada or whatever it is, like, Saturday night hockey thing has kind of been thrown out the window.
Yeah.
And that's the disappointing part, right? And I was like, you know what? Like, you need to have a night where that's just like, you need to get rid of that. You need to get some snacks and you need to sit and you need to like be with some people and just watch, and be and that's the whole thing that's been missing.
It is tough. It's tough nowadays just in general because of how sports is consumed, how we are as just in general, like we're on our phones more than ever, like you're saying. I think that stuff is honestly reserved, unfortunately, for like the really big games. Stanley Cup Final Game 7, like conference final Game 7. Like
Game 7s in general.
Yeah, like just Game 7s in general, the Super Bowl, like these one and done games is what plays. Like they'll never do it. If they want to create chaos, playoffs should be one and done. How insane would that be? Like they will never do it.
They never will.
No.
Because of all the money that they lose out. But that would draw back in those scenarios where you're getting together with friends and family, organizing a watch party, hanging out with us on the THPN official YouTube page, and we're watching like that kind of stuff is how we do it. So,
which by the way, we encourage anyway. But that's beside the point. By the way, we were talking about Columbus earlier. They just took a 1-0 lead over Carolina. Kent Johnson scoring his 14th with about 12:30 remaining in the first period. Columbus has taken an early lead, so they continue their red-hot streak. Meanwhile, from MSG, Rangers and Flyers tied at 1. Owen Tippett for the Flyers and Riley Smith for the Rangers. 10 minutes to go in the first period. Keto trying to battle the puck along the boards. And looks like they did credit the goal officially to Braden Schneider, his third, from Arthur Kaliev and Riley Smith at 9 minutes exactly. And that is where we stand right now. So Schneider, his third, as now Lindgren's got the puck. Looks for a lane. He shoots. He scores! That may have been tipped in front by Arthur Kaliev, and the Rangers take a 2-1 lead. And my mistake actually is Adam Edstrom. Adam Edstrom continues his little hot streak, and the Rangers take the lead.
I'm so pissed we didn't pick up Kaliev. Frig. I was salty that we didn't pick up Kaliev.
Why?
Because if you can get him for free, why not? Why not, man? Oh my god. Alrighty.
Adam Edstrom, that fourth line for the Rangers has become a massive problem. They have been on such a hot streak lately, and Adam Edstrom continues to show that he is a star in the making. Not superstar, but definitely a star. By the way, the Rangers have scored 2 goals in 1 minute and 26 seconds, and they now have a 2-1 lead.
It felt longer than that.
Well, that's because we were in commercial. That's why.
Oh.
That explains it.
That explains it. That's
That
very
explains it.
smart. That explains
Yeah, exactly.
Very
Well, look who's in the house. What's going on, Duke? Long time no see, my man. How you doing? Good to see you. It's now 2-0. Oh my god, it's 2-0 Columbus. What the hell is going on?
Hurricanes fans are kind of feeling it.
They're probably pissed right now. I feel bad for anybody at Caniac Sessions, the Surge Cast, those guys. They're probably in a panic right now.
If they don't get to the Eastern Final this year,
Oh my, failure, failed season,
if
failure.
they don't get there, does Brenda Moore get canned?
Yes.
Yeah,
I really hate to say it, as I like Rod Brindamore, I trust him, but if they don't make at least the conference final, he's gone.
Really?
I feel like there's been too many discussions. I feel like there's been too many rumors about him getting fired over the last like 3 seasons. So like at some point something's got to give, whether that's ownership or whoever. But yeah, I'd be shocked if they don't make the Eastern Conference Finals this year, and he's not. If he's fired, I'd be
100%.
I think he's a great coach. I really
he is. He is.
I think the Flyers were hoping that they would get fired. They were hoping he would be fired before they settled on Tortorella back in 3 years ago now.
Okay. By the way, Duke,
Obviously
no need to apologize. Hey, we're all busy. I get it, but glad to see that you're doing well and keeping busy. Red Wings have taken a 1-0 lead over the red hot Canadians, trying to cool down their hot streak. Hurricanes fans, who cares about them? No one. Don't tell that to anybody working for the Hurricanes. I'm just saying, it will not end well for you, my friend.
Their peak was 2006.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
That's harsh, man. Ouch.
Come on.
That's harsh. Let me ask you, Bill. Danelle asked this question for you. Did you like your Flyer Stadium Series jersey from last season or not? And did you get it?
Last season. Did they play in an outdoor season game last year? What were the...
Yes, they play New Jersey.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. I was there. That's even worse.
Oh, there you go. You were at that game. Oh,
completely forgot I was at that game.
No.
No. I wasn't that big a fan, or I don't have them. And if I remember them correctly, they were the white on black, if I remember correctly. Not bad, but it didn't feel like the Flyers type of, like it had a little bit of orange. It didn't have enough orange in it. Like, it's very nitpicky for me to say this. Like I say, if it's the Flyers, there should be just 2 colors in their jersey, orange and black. Like that's it. Like they do the solid black and the solid orange very well. And then they kind of mess it up as they go white. The white sweaters the away white sweaters that they wear consistently that they have on tonight, those are nice. Yeah. That is how they should model every Winter Classic jersey.
They had the helmets. Remember how they had like the Flyers logo on the side, and then the Red Wings are doing the same thing this year with like the wings on the side.
Yeah,
that looks silly.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I feel like they try and go for that Michigan Wolverine look, where it kind of blends in with the with the color scheme. I didn't mind it. I don't think that was the worst part of the jersey.
Right? No, worst part. No.
So I thought that was trying to be a little bit unique compared to anything else that they've done. So I was okay with it.
By the way, I'm sorry to cut you off. Edgecombe his 5th from Lindgren and Fox at 10:23. Rangers lead 2-1 with 8 minutes remaining in the first. Would you bring back the Bruins Bears jerseys? Absolutely yes.
They're pretty cool.
As much as I don't like Boston, I do like those Bear jerseys.
They were cool. Oh, I'm so excited for this wild card race though in the East coming up.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, it's gonna be great,
dude. I'm telling you, it's gonna come down to April.
Did you guys hear about Dubas and how he backtracked and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's no fire sale going on here."
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
He's like, "What are you guys talking about? There's no fire sale going on." And I'm like,
unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Shots are 10-7, by the way, in favor of the Rangers. 7:10 to go in the First period, puck all the way down, no icing. As Schneider tries to play it.
No, right?
Of course, Lewis does that.
I know. What a knob.
Oh my gosh.
What a knob. Getting all tangled up here. There we go. Do these guys play again this year, guys, by the way? Do they
What's
play
that?
again this year?
They play again. I just was looking at this because I was curious if this. They do play again. When do they play? Maybe they don't.
Who play? Repeat what you just said, Kyle. I couldn't hear the question.
Do these guys play again? Do Flyers, Rangers play again this year? I imagine they do.
I think they
right?
play in Philly next time, don't they?
No, but they don't play again until April, the 4th to last game of the season.
Come on.
That's gonna be a good one.
Oh, now
and
Rempy's getting involved with somebody. Big surprise.
Let's go.
Looks like he got involved with 55 on Philly.
Ristolainen.
On brand for a former head coach. I trust Berube to win the cup. Sure.
I mean, he did with St. Louis, so
yeah, that's cool. It's the players on the ice. It's not the coach.
I get your point, but still.
Yeah. But like, okay, you throw Berube in Toronto. How much does that really change things? Really?
Oh no, it barely changes anything. Toronto is still Toronto, no matter how you look at it.
Until proven otherwise, they are.
Exactly.
Why should we change? Yeah, why should we change our thought process on a team that hasn't done anything since '67?
Thank you.
Ironically, when the Flyers and Penguins came into the league, what's that tell you about how Toronto feels about the expansion happening in '67? So,
Bill, coming from the guy who picked Toronto to miss the playoffs, I look foolish for that. I still don't trust him.
No, you shouldn't. Like,
nobody
they
trusts
always,
them.
At some point, they have to realize that they'll have to do a fire sale. From the top 100%. Down. The analytics that they apply to the game don't work, and it's just kind of is what it is. Like they're
losers since 1960.
That's right. That's right.
They're going to go into the playoffs with Joseph Woll and Anthony Stolarz.
Oh yeah, yeah, no question.
That's all that needs to be said.
Right. I know a little thing or two about Anthony Stolarz. He was a former Flyer. It's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. It's like Alex Lyon over on Detroit. Like, it's nice to have a guy like Lyon. I think he's a pretty good goalie. He's not going to get you the job done. Okay, that right now.
But he's serviceable though.
Right, but the serviceable goalie is not going to get you a cup, in my opinion.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Like they'll get you. They might get you a deep playoff run. They're not going to get you anything of.
They would have to pull what Logan Thompson was for Vegas.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And what Logan Thompson is currently now for the Capitals, who apparently is red hot. I don't even. I don't understand.
Right, and then people bring up the argument of like, oh, well, Stuart Skinner last year with Edmonton. You also had two of the best players on planet Earth.
I was going to say. By the way, McDavid apparently got suspended. What? I think RJ was pointing out something about a statement. RJ, if you could pull up the statement that was made by Edmonton on the suspension, I'm very curious. I didn't see it, but I'm curious to see the statement on what they said.
I watched the end of that game live, right? And like, there's no need for it. And the best thing that I saw today, because they interviewed McDavid, they made him like he was the victim. When he's the one that cross-checked him in the face.
Exactly.
And they made him the victim.
I have the statement here in front of me. The Oilers organization is disappointed, and we share in our fans' frustration over the 3-game suspension of our captain, Connor McDavid. We support him through this process in the organization, and our fans look forward to having him back in the lineup for Seattle next week. And then they talk about it.
It's 3 games. What are you crying? Why do you need to release a statement? I don't get it. There's no need for that.
Yeah, it's the... You look like whiny babies.
They are.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
If this suspension was for the rest of the year, I understand putting out a statement like that. It's 3 freaking games. Get a grip. Grow a pair.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Even if it was even
Man.
3 games just feels right.
Look,
Like if it was
look.
5 games, maybe. 7 games, I'm on your side.
I understand.
3 games is nothing.
Not even that.
That I understand Connor McDavid, and there's RJ with the official announcement of Connor McDavid's suspension. Look, I understand that McDavid is one of the best players in the league right now. There's no doubt in my mind. But does anybody else think that he is getting some sort of special treatment here? Am I the only one that's thinking that? Because the fact that they've released a statement for a 3-game suspension, is that not special treatment to somebody? Like, what are we doing here?
Like, do you mean the organization?
The organization or the
Yes.
NHL? No, I think the NA. If it was not normal for us, what I like, whether you agree with it or not, the NHL, the player safety office or whatever it's called that distinguishes these suspensions, they release a statement every time that they do this. If this was the first time we saw it, then I would say he gets special treatment or like is handheld through the process. This is normal. Like this, like it just makes them look like whiny babies right now. The Edmonton.
Where's Tyler Myers' statement?
Yeah, true.
Right.
True.
There's no statement there, right? Like it's ridiculous. It's a joke, right? Even if he got suspended, but then like he goes out there afterwards and he's like, "Oh, I thought it was a bit overkill."
Overkill for what?
You tried to cross-check you cross-check somebody in the face. Like, what do you mean overkill? It were 3 games, guys. That's not even a week.
Get over yourselves, people. Like, really, what are we even talking about here?
It's a joke. And then they released the statement, right? And then Oilers fans being like, "It's okay, Connor, we forgive you." Shut up.
Please, come on. Bias personified. Nobody deserves special treatment. DOPS is a joke. Exactly. Thank you. Meanwhile, back 35 to go. First period. Rangers lead 2-1. Yeah, we got a hockey game to watch. Do people forget? We got Rangers and Flyers to check out. Pretty important game. Teams are looking to tie in the second wildcard spot. So pretty important stuff going on as that shot just skips wide of Harrison's cage. As Flyers looking to take it back and clear it out. And it's out towards center. 2:10 to go in the first. Flyers move on up. That shot, a save by Shesterkin. And he hangs on. 2:08 to go. First period. Good shot there by Owen Tippett. Shesterkin with a save. Rangers lead 2-1.
Brad Marchand just tried to choke somebody again.
Oh my god.
He took his hand out of his glove and put it around Nick Cousins' throat in between play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do I even need to say anything about Brad Marchand with how much I despise him?
Like why? Why do you need to do that? Like, why do you feel that's psychotic? Is it not? Like, why do I feel the need to literally go up to you, take my glove off, and attempt to choke you? Like, what? I don't get it.
Was it to the level of Tom Wilson almost, what he did to Panarin a couple of years ago? Was it to that level?
Oh, it was just kind of like, whoa. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's awful.
By the way, go back to the Connor suspension. The reason they're pissed off about it is because they had a key game against the Washington Capitals last night or 2 nights ago, or a couple of nights ago, whatever it was, and lost. Like, that's why they're pissed. They lost to the first place Metropolitan Washington Capitals, and that's why they're pissed. And then they're playing tonight against the Vancouver Canucks. Probably going to lose that game because they're missing their pretty boy. Like, and I like Connor. I like Connor McDavid. He's a good thing for the league. Wish he was playing earlier, a lot earlier than what he is because he's out west. That's beside the point. Like,
well, then
he should
Tocchet, and then Tocchet goes on and says, "Oh, we actually shouldn't be suspending him. Like, we need him a part of this game, right?" And
oh my god.
So I'm like, "Oh, so you think it's okay to not defend your player then for him cross-checking you in the face. That's what you're telling us.
That's crazy. That's special treatment. That's insane.
By the way, we got ourselves a trivia question for tonight. Which 3 Rangers made up the gag line, the goal a game line? I know one of them off the top of my head.
The game line?
The gag line, goal a game line, goal a game, gag, GAG.
Which, like, did it say for a year or?
It stayed for quite a few years. I know one of them off the top of my head. This line was throughout the late 60s, early 70s Rangers.
Oh, God. Late 60s, early 70s.
That I don't know.
God.
One of them off the top of my head. I'll give you one of them because I know off the top of my head. Rod Gilbert.
Yeah.
And God rest his soul now. So Rod Gilbert is one of them. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Vic Hadfield was another one. And then I'm trying to think of the other guy. Crap.
Yeah, you lost me on this one.
I'm sorry, bro. That was the trivia question on MSG Networks. I always like to do that with everybody on here.
Yeah, literally nothing.
But Rod Gilbert, Vic Hadfield, and who else? Oh, crap. Yeah, I might have to do some more thinking during commercial break. Meanwhile, Flyers moving with a chance, and someone got shoved down trying to get a shot and a save by Shesterkin. 1 minute to go in the first. Rangers lead 2-1 as they move on up. Here's Rempe, a backhander saved by Harrison. Rebound cleared aside. Oh, good chance for Matt Rempe, who's been getting on the score sheet as of late, scoring in the last game against Ottawa on a beautiful backhand. Flyers clear it on out. Rangers get it back in center. Will Cooley feeds Smith. Smith pass to Zibanejad. Tries to feed Smith. Pass blocked in front. Zibanejad gets it back. 30 seconds to go. Smith behind the net. Back for Keandre Miller. Rangers take it. And the turnaround shot right there and a save by Harrison. And the Flyers look to clear it on out. And they do. Lost my screen for a second. I apologize. And 3-2-1. And the first period is over. And the Rangers will take a 2-1 lead to the locker room.
Well, that was an entertaining first period.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I mean, Bill, overall, I'm not going to say it was a Hatfield, Gilbert. Hatfield, Rattel, that's who I was thinking of. Thank you, Jean Rattel. Thank you, Goza.
Sorry, you were saying?
No, I was saying, I didn't think the Flyers played an overall bad period. They played a good defensive period. Like you said, they just aren't scoring much, even though they got on the board a minute 25 into the game. But this has been the problem all season. They're not scoring much, but good defense. But it just can't be one-sided for them every game because you can't win a lot of games that way.
Yeah, no. I mean, this is nothing new that I'm watching tonight compared to the other 41 or whatever games it's been. So the only difference is, thankfully, there's only 2 goals allowed instead of 4 or 3, like whatever the case may be. But it looked like the one goal looked like a weird deflection. Actually, both goals might have been a weird deflection. The second goal was definitely a screen that Urson had no chance of seeing, and he was just completely out of position. So relatively soft goals, not even soft goals, but like moderately tough goals that they should still have. But unfortunately, they didn't, and they're in a 2-1 hole.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point. I mean, you can also say those goals were a bit of luck as well, puck luck for the Rangers as well, considering they were deflections and Urson had no chance. But even still, I like what I'm seeing from my boys, but for the Flyers, you got to come out and play a little bit more on the offensive side. You got to get more good quality scoring chances. You got to test Shesterkin more. And like I said before, Kyle, big game for both teams, and so far it looks like the Rangers want it more.
I just think with Philly, just in that first period with the goals that they kind of let up, they got to do a little bit of a better job protecting Harrison in front of the net. Like, it seemed like Riley Smith, who was a smaller stature, like on that second goal, just, he was just able to have his stick down like the whole time. Like, didn't really have a lot of issues there to kind of bat that one in. So they need to be a little bit more physical in front of Harrison to give him some sort of chance. Other than that, I mean, good opportunities, good way to bounce back for the Rangers, and should be a good second period.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully it's a good second period and a good rest of this game as well. By the way, Red Wings have a 2-0 lead over Montreal at the end of the first period in Detroit. Also at the end of the first period, Blue Jackets maintain a 2-0 lead, and the Senators and Bruins are scoreless. We'll take a look at some other games around the NHL coming up after a quick timeout from us. By the way, we are sponsored by DraftKings. With everything we do, use code THPN at sign up. New customers bet $5, get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only at DraftKings. Must be 21 or older in select states. And please play responsibly. Duke, always a pleasure to see you, my man. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you in the next stream. After 20 minutes of play, the Rangers lead the Flyers 2-1. Don't you go anywhere. We shall be right back right here on THPN.
Whether you're looking for courtside or upper deck, opening day or opening night, comedy or concerts. With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time. Whether you're looking for courtside or upper deck, opening day or opening night, comedy or concerts. With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time.
You're watching yet another THPN watch party here on YouTube, Twitch, and also on my Twitter page at BlueSeats94. And thank you to those tuning in on my Twitter page. Much appreciated. We are presented, as always, by DraftKings. After 20 minutes of play from MSG, the Rangers lead the Flyers 2-1. And look, Bill, we talked about it before, but I'm going to talk about it again here. This Flyers team, yes, well, they were surprising at the first half of last year. They eventually fell off a cliff, unfortunately. I'm sorry, not sorry. But in all seriousness.
Nice way to start a question, but all right.
No, look, I hate Philadelphia. But in all seriousness,
go ahead.
I really can't be mad at the Flyers' efforts so far because they're really not playing bad. Again, they lack offensive firepower. Even though the Rangers shut out Ottawa, they clearly have more offensive firepower than the Flyers do. Because let's face it, the Flyers lack talent offensively. But what they lack offensively, they have a lot of talent defensively. And does that speak to coaching? Yes, but this goes back to my argument about players not doing their jobs. The offensive players on the Flyers clearly are not doing their job, other than Owen Tippett so far tonight. But, what do you want to see more of offensively, not just in this game tonight, but for the rest of the season?
Ooh, with the talent they have now, I'd like to see them trade a lot. No,
damn, what?
I think that's a whole. Anyone. Danny Briere talked about at his midseason press conference Tuesday, maybe yesterday. It was Tuesday, I believe. He talked about, we're not actively shopping someone like Rasmus Ristolainen. Well, you should be. He is a premier defenseman right now. The way he's playing in 24-25, you have to trade him. If you think he can get you a first, there you go. You can have him. It's
no. I had something about that.
I thought you were raising your hand to take him off your.
No.
I think he had something to say about that.
I just wanted to say with him, it's tough to move that contract because I'm looking at it. He's got $5 million for the next 3 years.
Right.
So that's a tough contract to move for a guy who's 30 years old too.
Yeah, it's a tough contract to move in the sense, on the face value, but you continue to think, ever since the post-pandemic moratorium, where they didn't raise the salary cap, it has now gone up over the last year season. It's only going to go up more and more. So, that $5 million looks bad in the sense of a lot 2 years ago, even this year. But next year, it looks a little less daunting because, again, salary cap continues to go up. It's a good thing as the salary cap goes up, more money can be spent on players. So the more that they can do, move off of contracts like Ristolainen's, because it would be kind of a crazy thought to have him. We continue to say for the Flyers over the last 15 years, it's felt, they're only 2 or 3 years away. And we've said that over and over again for the last 15 years. And we've had a couple of seasons here and there because 15 years goes back to 2010. Obviously, the 2010 season is incredible, and thereafter. But then you had the complete bottoming out over the last couple of seasons prior to Tortorella getting here. So, you're in this weird predicament where you just have to get out of these bad contracts and get draft picks. What I'd like to see them in offensively tonight is just creating chances. They don't create enough chances whatsoever. And when they do, they come in flows. They come in rushes, and then they go stale, and then they go in rush, and then they go stale. Mm-hmm. It's very inconsistent. It's consistently inconsistent to see them create offensive chances.
Consistently inconsistent. That's a good way to put it. Not to mention that you also have a game tomorrow on Long Island against an Islander team. While, yes, they might be dead last in the Metro right now, but they're also 5 points out of a wild card spot. So essentially, this is a must-win for the Islanders, technically, because, I don't see them making the playoffs anyway. But even still, if the Islanders want any remote chance, they have to win tomorrow. But Bill, if they lose tomorrow to the last place Islanders, what is it going to say about their character?
Definitely that they are not prepared for this. The fact that if they're losing to teams like the Islanders in New York or whatever they tomorrow, and what I like about Tortorella is he doesn't like living ahead. He doesn't want to be 3 steps ahead. He wants to live in the right now. And right now, they're a playoff contender. And that's a good thing for a guy that is the coach. The coach has to be the everyday guy. It's not Briere's job to be thinking about tomorrow's game. His job is to be thinking about next playoff season. When can we actually compete? And is that this year? Is it 26? Is it 27? What is it? That's what is good about Tortorella, because it really, I've said this on the show, on the Orange Backcheck podcast, the Flyers have success despite a lack of talent because of guys like John Tortorella, because of the coaching staff that the Flyers have. It's not the talent that's getting them into this contendership spot as playoff contenders this year. It's coaching. Now imagine them having the talent with this coaching. That's a good sign. Now you can argue how efficient really is Tortorella. He's kind of like, you could argue he's kind of a one-hit wonder from 2004, 21 years ago, but that's kind of what he is right now. And he's kind of bounced around ever since.
There's one name I want to bring up. If this is how it could go for the Flyers, if they start to slowly fall out of contention here.
I'd rather have the slow out than the cliff dive that they did last season.
Sure.
If they're going to bottom out, don't do what you did last year, because I had a ton of hope last year, then I just had a death moment, and I was like,
if that happens, well, either or, if it happens, the one name I think teams are going to be calling for if the Flyers are players at the deadline is Morgan Frost.
Yes.
Yeah. Morgan Frost is a name that, like, I would need to have. I need to see what the offer is, because, like, I'm not just going to let him.
His deal expires.
That's true.
He's an RFA at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So the team,
RFA, not a UFA.
He is I'm just looking. He's an RFA. So is Noah Cates, who's also an RFA at the end of the season, and also not a notable one, but Eric Johnson's also a UFA. So
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
but those first two names are pretty significant for the potential future of this team. Like, Noah Cates is on fire right now. He has 5 points in 5 games over the last 5 games, and it's like, is this what he is, or is he just continuously this ebbs and flows guy that we've seen last 3 seasons or however long he's been here?
So. And to be fair, like, it always happens every trade deadline year where, like, you get these trade bait boards and all that, right? And there's always that one name that nobody thinks of, and he's taken, right? Like, you remember who was it? Thomas Hertl last year getting traded to Vegas, right?
Yep.
No one thought he would get dealt. Right. And he goes, right? Now, I'm not saying it's to be that big of a name, but sometimes you just have to look at it and go, man, if the Flyers start going downhill that way, some teams are going to be calling about possibly Morgan. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me if Frost gets offered.
Yeah. And they should listen to, as Briere has said on Tuesday at his midseason press conference, they're listening to everything, but they're not going to just say yes for the sake of yes at this point. Like, whether you agree with that or not, like, that's fine. I'm not, but they're not also deal away a player.
Last thing, really quick, you mentioned Daniel Briere. The way that he shamed Team Canada with the uses of Jet Luchenko and Bonk.
Oh my God!
I just saw Jet Luchenko live, and I'm watching him going, this kid should have had more minutes at World Juniors. He is so good. He's so good, man.
I really wish Luchenko was able to stay up here a little bit longer. Obviously, they couldn't because of contractual, like how the hockey contracts work.
Right.
But I understand why they sent him down. But it's exciting to see playing the kids. Like, anytime that you get younger, and like you're saying about Noah or Morgan Frost, who's not, like, he's not a kid anymore, but he's still young. But is he young enough to be a part of whatever the Flyers are trying to do with the likes of long-term success?
I don't
think Morgan Frost is a part of that.
And
Could
the hard
be.
thing is,
I don't think he is.
Too, I feel bad because Jet Luchenko right now is playing on a bottom, like the worst team in the Ontario Hockey League right now.
Right.
They didn't deal him at the deadline to a contending team, and that hurts his stock.
Yeah, it's tough.
Which sucks.
Now, I think what their logic was for this year, because is he 18 or 19? I forget or 17.
I think he's 18 years old. I think so.
Okay, so he's eligible for the AHL next season.
Yes.
I think they were just kind of stash and dash him, kind of just to, like, get him
18
as much experience as much experience as he possibly could in the OHL for one final season. Then bring him up next season, try and get him on the main team, the NHL team, and then you have the Lehigh Valley Phantoms if all else fails. Yeah. I think if I were to guess, they're going to continue to do this, like, nice mix of young and veteran players right now on the Flyers. I would be kind of surprised if Luchenko is not on the team next year. Like you said, Morgan Frost is an RFA. You can figure out what you do with him. But I think a guy
it's
like
just so
Luchenko,
hard to watch him play for a team. He plays for the Guelph Storm in the OHL, and it's just so hard to watch him play for a team that in a 10-team conference, East and West, right? Top 8 make the playoffs. He's not going to make the playoffs with the team that he's on currently.
Yeah, that's great.
Like it sucks, because it doesn't help his progression, right?
Yeah, you can't even do that in NHL 25 and be a pro. You have to
exactly.
Yeah.
You have to. It's stupid.
Yeah, you have to be on one of the better teams. Otherwise, it's not. What's the point of this? You have to contend for the Memorial Trophy.
I used to do that as a kid, though, when I played Be a Pro and I played a full season.
As a kid, I did it 2 weeks ago.
Seriously?
No.
Oh yeah, I played juniors. I played junior hockey. Absolutely.
Okay. I was gonna say, wait a second.
I found that more entertaining than playing in the NHL.
I agree.
Okay.
Once you got to the pros, unless you won the cup, and even after you won the cup, you were like, all right, that's
Now
it.
what?
Like, now what? Like, you can only play on amateur or be a pro, or I'm sorry, the pro level for so long before you're like, I have a 250-point season. Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That really bites. As a
Second period's
diehard New York sports
underway,
fan
though.
that watches local hockey in the New York metro area, sucks that the Rangers lost to the Flyers earlier this season. Islanders lost to them last week. Devils lost to them. Yeah, that's a fair point. But Flyers looking to build a good trend, hopefully get some better offenses. We got a little bit of a collision here behind the net of Shesterkin. He lost his helmet. Good way to start the second period. A little bit of action here as Shesterkin lost his helmet and play stops. Did you guys hear that Utah can't use the word Yeti or Yetis because of some trademark? Wait, seriously? What trademark?
Oh, that's it. Maybe it's the water bottle thing that everyone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
That's Stanley. I'm thinking of the coolers, the Yeti coolers and stuff.
Yeah.
Coolers, yes, the coolers. Yeah, that I understand. I still like the Utah Blizzard for next season. I don't know. That's just me.
Honestly, I was shocked that the Washington Commanders changed their name from the Washington Football Team. I wouldn't be shocked if they just stuck with the Utah Hockey Club. I really wouldn't be shocked.
God,
like it's lazy.
I'm so glad they're not the Washington Football Team anymore. I'd rather it be the Commanders.
Yeah, well, you know what they're going to be on Sunday. You know what they're going to be on Sunday, Jimmy?
What's
that?
They're
going to be on Sunday, Jimmy?
Oh God, what?
You know what they're going to be losers. They're going to be giant losers. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Go Commanders.
The T was right there.
Go Commanders just to spite you. A minute 25 gone by in the second period. Rangers lead 2-1. No, seriously, I do hope that game is at least somewhat competitive. I do have I actually have the Bills beating the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl this year. Hopefully they can pull that off.
I think a lot more people have that than I originally anticipated. I really do.
I really hope so.
That was a coin flip.
It is a coin flip, but for me, I have the Bills winning. I think Josh Allen's finally going to do it. And
I don't know if Danelle like the elf.
Shut up, Bill.
I understand.
Were you guys shocked that the Commanders beat the Lions last? Yes, I was. Yes. I was not expecting them to go in there and drop 45. Although the Lions defense was banged up with 13 guys on the injured list, I was not expecting them to do that.
That's what always, like, it still shocked me that they lost, but like there was always a part of me in the back of my head that was like, at some point, all of these injuries on the Lions is going to catch up to them. And
sure enough, it did.
Yeah. Didn't surprise me. Yeah.
It didn't. Oh, come on. Was there anything that surprised you?
Not that, just because I look.
Okay.
It was going to be a high-scoring game, but you know, when you saw the lineup card for the defense, it's just kind of like, all right, like you got to hope and pray again that this defense holds up, and it didn't.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point.
And the Commanders had a plan for it, and they attacked it, and they did a very well job, and they didn't make any mistakes. And the Lions cost 5. What was that? 5 turnovers.
Yep.
5, yeah, 5.
Yeah. They weren't all
also a bit of somewhat not really breaking news. Jonathan Toews will not be planning a comeback this season. If anybody had any hopes and desires of Jonathan Toews coming back this season.
I have not heard his name in months.
And also the other news, sorry, I had another piece of news. Capitals and Logan Thompson are in talks of a contract extension.
Big surprise.
There you go.
Big shocker there. By the way, speaking of surprises, it's now 3-0 Red Wings over the Canadiens in the second period. And the Bruins just struck first against Ottawa. Bruins are up 1-0 as we get an icing here against the Rangers. 3:20, I should say, gone by here in the second period. Rangers lead 2-1. Hurricanes get on the scoreboard. It's now 2-1 in favor of the Blue Jackets in Carolina. That game just underway in the second period.
The first round of the playoffs this year is going to be fireworks. In the
oh my God, yes,
absolute fireworks. Like,
I don't know what feed you guys were watching. Obviously, you're not watching the feed of the Philadelphia feed, Jimmy. They just showed Michkov looked like he was going for a Michigan on that last play there, and
I did see that earlier.
So because he completely whiffed on setting up the Michigan there, he'll be benched for the next 45 minutes. Tortorella did say, like, I've completely lost this battle on trying to stop the Michigan in our game, and I just kind of have to, like, coach him to be, like,
if they're going to pull it off, let them try at least.
Right.
Like, Montreal just got on the scoreboard shortly after. It's now 3-1 Red Wings. Thank you, RJ. But go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that Tort said, I've completely lost the battle about that, the Michigan being in our game. I'm just trying to coach him not to do it at inopportune times. Do it at weird moments when you're least expecting it. So, you know.
Also, don't mind me. I'm just answering something real quick.
That's fair.
You're fine. By the way, shots are 4-0 in favor of the Flyers in the second period. Rangers still lead 2-1. Here comes Panarin moving up, trying to look for a lane, look for an open man. And there's a one-time shot save by Erson. Good pass from Panarin and a better save by Erson. Rangers keeping the zone. There's a one-time shot. Scores! Keandre Miller gives the Rangers a 3-1 lead.
Of course, when I miss it, that's when they
Will
score.
Morgan and Keandre Miller finishes on a beautiful shot, and the Rangers have a 2-goal lead.
Damn it. I missed it.
Hey, you were the one that needed to answer something, Kyle. So.
I know, but I missed it. Oh, there we go. I see it there. We're good.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. There we go. All right. Here we go. Now we're golden here.
All good now?
All happy now.
Keandre Miller.
Bill's not happy, but...
No. I just gave... Look, it's feeling like I gave $5 to DraftKings tonight.
Oh,
so
what a shot! What a shot by Miller, though. I know. We've been talking so much crap about Keandre Miller, but truth be told, he has been playing a little bit better recently.
Can I just say though, like with Miller,
yeah, go ahead.
Why did it look like on that play there? He's trying to act like a forward,
right?
You know what I mean? That's the
you got me.
He got screwed on the first goal there in Philly because he pinched too deep.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, good for him, but still, it's kind of like, all right, I guess we're being a forward now.
Miller his third from Borgen and Panarin at 4:44, and it's 3-1 Rangers. Sucks for us fans that Giants got to see two teams that's NFC, Commanders or Eagles, go to the Super Bowl. I'd rather see the Commanders go than the Eagles. Just saying. Sorry, Bill. And the Jets got to see the Bills at the AFC. Hey, listen, I don't hate the Bills. I like them. I would love to see them win over, no offense, the Eagles. I'm sorry. But in all seriousness, I do hope that this championship Sunday is competitive for all 4 teams. So we shall see what happens. Kendrick Lamar will have at least one guest during. Oh yeah, he's doing the halftime show. That's right. I forgot about that.
With who?
Yeah, during the Super
Kendrick.
Bowl.
No, with who? Who was the guest? What did it say?
SZA.
Whoever the hell that is. I have no idea who that is.
Oh my god. Sorry.
The look on Kyle's face is like, who? He just does not care at all.
I guess they'll let anybody play or perform.
I have no idea. It sucks that how Markstrom got hurt last night for the Devils against the Bruins. Bad injury. Hope he's not. It actually turned out it's not as serious as they thought. It's still a bad injury, but I don't think he's going to play in the help me out, Kyle. What is it again? The Four Nations. That's it. Thank you.
Four Nations. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to play in that, but he'll be back in time for the rest of the season.
Okay.
I know she's a female, Danelle. I just never heard of her.
Wow, that cleared things up.
It's a female. Just Google her. That's funny.
She's a female. No, duh. Come on. I've just never heard her music before.
Like,
that's all I
really
was saying.
That really narrowed it down. That's okay. That's all good. That was funny.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Paishas,
Yeah,
I can't even concentrate on the game right now. I don't even know what I just read. Danelle, I love you,
she
but
blew
come
up.
on,
She blew up. What Danelle? Like 21, maybe post
I'd have
pandemic.
to.
Don't apologize, Danelle. You're fine. You're good.
I have no clue who she is.
Meanwhile, we have a scrum in front of Ersson as Kreider is getting involved. Shesterkin gets out of his net. Who's down on the ice? Fox is down.
Oh,
Number looks like 73 is that on Philly? He's down. A lot of action here as we got 13-17 remaining in the second. Rangers take a 3-1 lead.
good chances though from Philly. Oof.
Yeah, Bill, that's what I was talking about. Getting more quality chances, and right there, they're getting more quality chances.
Yeah, I mean, despite the crap giving up the goal here with Keandre Miller, they've kind of they applied what they did in the first 5 minutes of the first period and have now applied it to the first 6 minutes of this, or whatever we're at, in the second period. And it just, bad turnover and giving up unable to make the stop on the first shot to just freeze the puck, and it would create a nice reset for the Rangers to score that third goal.
Yeah, and by the way, to answer your guys' question here, Zuz's full name is Solana Amani Rowe, born 1989. She's an American singer-songwriter from St. Louis, Missouri, but her music career originated in Maplewood, New Jersey. Jersey represent, baby. But she's been around for a little while. Her career began in 2011, so she's been around for a little over 10 years. And funny how I'm just hearing her name now.
Literally.
I don't know, man. Let me ask you guys, if you like rap or hip-hop music, which I do not, unfortunately, but I have heard plenty of hip-hop before, who do you think is the greatest rap artist of all time? Notorious B.I.G.? Oh my. You're really going to make me choose between those two?
Yeah, you're boxing me into Tupac and Notorious? It's neither of them. Yeah.
Open it up, like...
Yeah, like we can't, like Drake is in there. I'm not a Drake guy, but Drake
is
up there.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Jay-Z,
no, he's not.
Jay-Z's up there.
Jay-Z, yes. Jay-Z, I'll give you Jay-Z.
Nas is up there.
Nas, yes.
Is up there. Like, there's a lot of artists
Eminem,
that we're boxing ourselves out of.
Eminem ring a bell?
Yeah. So,
I mean, he's the only rapper that I grew up with personally, only because when I played football back in high school, he's all that we would play in the locker room, so he kind of has a soft spot in my heart. That's just me.
Yeah.
But, you know, Eminem, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, Nas,
Dre. Dr.
Dre, Snoop Dogg. Yep. Does Snoop Dogg ring a bell to anybody? Come on, man.
Yeah. But if you're making me choose, Donnell, between Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac, I'm going East Side. Give me Notorious.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
I feel like Eminem, though, changed the landscape. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but it felt like he brought in a new.
Why is that? How did he change the landscape?
Wait a minute.
He brought in a new era.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes, I know he's working. I got it.
You got it. It's very obvious what I'm getting at here.
By the way, Hurricanes tied it. Hurricanes have tied the game against the Blue Jackets 2-2.
Ooh, I smell a comeback.
4-1 Red Wings.
I'd like to see a comeback right now. That'd be nice. At least get one.
Ah, there you go.
I wouldn't. 12-10 second period. Rangers lead 3-1. Have you guys ever watched 8 Mile? 8 Mile is a great movie.
Great movie. Yeah, great movie. I want
quite underrated though. Nobody really talks about 8 Mile anymore, but it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Those type of movies need to come back. They do. 100% they do. The layouts of those, like they just late 2000s, early 2010s movies were like off.
I agree.
Meanwhile, we got a
Rangers move on up 2-on-1 possibility. That pass is blocked. Good play by the Flyers defense to negate a 2-on-1. Rangers keep in. Puck goes behind the net. Miller, the defense man in front. Panarin looks for a man. That pass almost intercepted. Now Trocheck takes it. Rangers trying to keep in. They play it around behind the net. 11-12 to go, second period. Rangers lead 3-1. Flyers trying to clear it out. Can't do it. Now it's behind the net. Flyers take it, and they're able to get it out. As far as center, Rangers have to get back on side. 39 of Philadelphia able to take it out. Oh, Utah. Looks like Utah's taking a 1-0 lead over Minnesota with about 12-18 to go in the first period in Minnesota. If you haven't seen 8 Mile, then you have no soul. And I can't repeat what Goza just said after that, but even still, you have no soul. Vegas leads the Blues 1-0. Goza, let's be nice here, man. Come on, let's be nice.
Come on, Vegas. Need them.
That game just underway from St. Louis, by the way, with about 13 minutes remaining in the first. Puck goes all the way down to the Rangers end. It'll be an icing against the Flyers. 10:20 to go. Second period, 3-1 Rangers. And the Hurricanes just took the lead. How about that?
There it is. That sounds about right.
Wow.
Kyle, you were going to say something before I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I just Flames play Sabres later tonight. But what's gonna change your bill for your Flyers here? They've all of a sudden have not gotten any pressure. The Rangers have turned it on in the last 2 minutes, and they are just suffocating on the forecheck right now. That's all I can.
Meanwhile, the line of Zamula, Michkov, and Ristolainen have been out there for 2 minutes. They're getting tired.
Yeah.
They need to change immediately.
Ristolainen's tired.
Yeah, and that doesn't take much. Look how big the dude is the size of a house. Like right now, so I'm at 9:25. They have to. Okay, they just got a line change finally. So my goodness.
Oh my God.
Am I that behind again? Let me refresh my feed. Something's off here. There we go. Now I'm not that far behind. I don't know what the heck's
there too. Actually,
tonight.
Say again, Kyle.
No, I'm like right there too. Actually, feed wise.
Have I heard about the Drake Kendrick Lamar beef? Yes, I know what's going on with that.
Well, is it a beef anymore? Or is it just a Kendrick Lamar?
True. True. You're right.
It's because the beef started with Drake mocking him for going to the Super Bowl or for like something about the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And then it ended with Kendrick Lamar performing at the Super Bowl. Like, what are we doing here? And Not Like Us is the most played song on the radio right now. It's in the top. It's on the top 40 channels everywhere in the United States, at least in the Northeast.
Right.
Have
Kendrick wins.
Now 4-2 Red Wings in the second period.
Come on, Bobby. Oh, damn it.
Oh, good wraparound attempt too.
Yeah.
8:20 to go, second period.
It's still so weird to me to see someone wearing the number 10 jersey. And I know it's been used a couple of times since John LeClaire used it in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's just so weird that someone is wearing it. It's almost it's almost like to the tier of I guess I would put Kimmo Timonen. Like people have worn 44 since Timonen had played, but it just feels off that someone else is wearing it. But
yeah,
I like Bobby
4
Bear, so
unanswered goals for Carolina, and they have a 4-2 lead. How about that? Unbelievable, man.
I forgot.
Meanwhile, delayed penalty coming up here against the Rangers. Extra skater on for Philly. So the Flyers will go back on the power play after the next whistle here. Flyers net is empty for the extra attacker as they try to move up the puck.
Well, good thing our power play.
And they take it away. Rangers touch up. And the Flyers will go back on the power play with 7:25 to go in the second. Rangers lead 3-1, but they'll be shorthanded. Let's see the penalty. Panarin took the penalty, yeah. Looks like it's going to be interference on Panarin. So the Rangers will be shorthanded. 2-0 Utah. Wow.
Oh, bad Utah. Go away.
Go away.
Go away. That's funny.
Gosh. Unbelievable,
big
man.
chance here on this power play.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, what are you referring to?
There's a power play coming up for Philly.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about another game. No,
big power play coming up. Yeah.
Never mind. I'm sorry. Flyers' second power play of the game. They're 0 for 1. That was negated by a 4-on-4. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. And this is the Flyers' second opportunity tonight.
The Flyers have outshot the Rangers in the second period.
Yes,
that sounds about right. The way they've been playing, it's that first like 6.5 minutes of play. Despite even in that frame, there was a goal scored by the Rangers. Flyers have played pretty well, in that the Flyers have played pretty well in that first 6.5 minutes. Then all of a sudden, the forecheck for the Rangers just went completely bananas. As you said, I think Michkov, Ristolainen, and several other Flyers were on the ice for over 2 minutes, and it's just like that's not sustainable. So,
well, let's see what the Flyers can do on this power play as Panarin took 2 for interference.
Also, 2-0 Vegas, or 2-1 Vegas now. Excuse me.
Oh, 2-1. Oh, wow. Okay, so give RJ a second to update that.
Yeah. So sorry, it's give him a minute. Yeah, it's 2-1.
You ruined it, Kyle. You got ahead of him.
I'm the worst. I know. You don't have to tell me twice. Bad Kyle.
Bad Kyle. The only thing wrong is that you're a Flames fan, but I digress. Flyers shorthanded.
I know what mediocrity smells like. I can't even friggin' say the word. That's where we're at.
Unbelievable. By the way, the Panarin penalty was hooking, not interference, so my apologies on that. Rangers' next game will be against the Colorado Avalanche at MSG. That's a 1 p.m. game. And look who showed up. What's up, Connor? How you doing, man? Long time no see. Good to see you.
What's up?
Come on.
A minute 30 to go on the Flyers power play, looking to get set up. That's a shot. May have been partially deflected wide, and Shesterkin got a piece. Flyers look to get set up, and the Rangers take it. Loose puck. Flyers can take it. That's a pass in front, and nobody home. Flyers get set up. Looking to pass, looking for an open lane. Good pressure by the Rangers on this penalty kill. That pass attempt blocked, and it's taken by Schneider, who's trying to battle for it. And the Rangers take it and clear out, and they try to move in 2-on-1 shorthanded. Trocheck, good pass intended for Riley Smith, and he couldn't handle it. Oh, good shorthanded opportunity. And now 5-2 Canes? Oh, my goodness. Whew, that sounds about right.
Take a look here in a second on the Yahoo scoreboard. If you look at the Rangers shots, the X's, or not the Rangers, sorry, the Flyers X's, right? Over half the shots have been between the hash marks or closer. Do you see that? That's crazy. Yeah.
They get in the greasy area. Yeah, they get in the greasy. But that is a perfect prime example of what they have to do to get goals when they know they don't have the talent. Like they have to create dirty, greasy goals to compete. And yeah, that's nice at some points, but for the most part, that's not going to win you a lot of hockey games.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Ironically, it gets you some stuff it could get you far in the playoffs, ironically. Like dirty greasy goals can get you very far in the playoffs. But
100%. Meanwhile, Zibanejad tried to deflect that and he missed wide. Power play is over. Excellent penalty killing by the Rangers. Zibanejad almost. It would not have been a shorthanded goal, though, as the power play had ended for the Flyers. 5 minutes to go. Second period, Rangers lead 3-1. Shots are 9-4 in favor of the Flyers in the second period. Having a weird few days, beat the hated Oilers, then lose to the Sabres. Ouch.
We got you. Don't worry about it. We'll get the Sabres. We got you.
I've got nothing for you on that one, Connor. I'm sorry. 4:49 to go, second period. Rangers lead 3-1.
When did they score?
1-0 player was offside. No, are you talking about
you just
Vegas?
said Rangers 4-1. Oh wait, were you talking about Vegas? I thought you said Rangers 4-1.
No, I was referring to this year. And is he talking about the game in Vegas right now? Was someone offside?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I was in the sport. That's funny. Oh man.
Oh my god, the questions just don't stop being asked today. Holy crap.
Oh boy. I was at a sports bar adjacent to Rogers Arena for Saturday's game. Had a fun evening. We all grilled 97 after his penalty. Little rats. Ouch.
Again, bring it up again, sorry?
Can we not? We already ranted about that enough today.
I wanted to see. No. I just wanted to see. He was at the sports bar adjacent to the Rogers Arena. Adjacent. I'm just trying to remember.
Trying to find out. Okay.
Well, because I was just in Vancouver last year, and we went to a sports bar that was really close to Rogers Arena. I don't think it was called that, though. Anyway, I was just curious. I just wanted to see if I remembered it at all.
Oh, so Utah was leading 2-0, but it's still 1-0 Utah because the goal was offside. Thank you, RJ. Thank you.
All
Much
right.
appreciated.
Amazing.
By the way, Bill, you mentioned Michkov, drafted 7th overall by the Flyers in 2023. 14 goals, 20 assists this season, tied for first in goals and tied it for second in assists and points. So he is having himself an impressive rookie season so far for Philly.
Yeah, if he's not the Calder Memorial Trophy winner this year, I'd be shocked.
I was gonna say, he should be.
The way he kind of plateaued a little bit, probably like 5 or 6 games ago.
I see you, Kyle. Can it?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Dustin Wolf is single-handedly dragging this sorry team to the playoffs this year. If anything,
I understand that, but
ridiculous. I get it with Michkov, but I'm sorry. We got a friggin' goalie who's like a twig who's bringing this team to the goddamn playoffs.
I'm
just dragging them whether they want to come or not. You're getting to the playoffs. You're coming with me.
Yeah.
It's very.
You wanted a low pick this year?
Man, I don't know.
This sucks. Oh, man. Too funny. But yeah, I mean, if it wasn't, it's like, I'd be happy if he was a finalist, but I would understand if Michkov ended up winning it. It didn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So it isn't Ryan Lomberg. Damn, man.
For what? For what?
What is wrong? What is wrong with you?
For what? I'm confused.
For
the Calder?
Explain it better than me. Let Connor explain it.
Yeah,
meanwhile, 4 minutes remaining. Second period. Rangers lead 3-1. By the way, Blue Jackets finally score. They answer back. It's now 5-3 Carolina with 6:39 to go in the second.
Wow, a lot of goals in that second period.
Yeah, 8 goals combined so far between the two teams. Face-off will be to the left of Shesterkin.
Also, there was a commercial break we just had, and I got too many 7-Eleven commercials, and they showcase their like food and drinks, and I'm like, why?
I've been getting those too.
It's weird, isn't it?
I assume you Flames fanatics would say Lomberg's the one dragging your team to the playoffs, not Dustin. What are you watching?
Bro, he's like, no, he hasn't been anything.
What are you watching?
If you got our NFL fanatics, breaking news, Robert Saleh headed to the 49ers for a reunion as their defensive coordinator.
Wow, he's going back to San Francisco. Okay.
Back to San Francisco.
Huh, good for him. He's a much better defensive coordinator than he was a coach anyway, so good for him.
That's what some people need to learn in the National Football League is sometimes you're really good at one thing and you should probably
And you're bad at the other.
And you are bad at the other.
I'm curious how the Lions are going to fare without. I mean, they're not just losing their defensive and offensive coordinators; they're losing their line coaches and special teams coaches. It's crazy what's happening with the Lions right now. It's like I know Dan Campbell's running the show up there.
The main captain is still there. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I gotcha. 3:10 to go, second period. Rangers lead 3-1. Flyers' next game is tomorrow night on Long Island against the Islanders. Big game for them. That's at 7 p.m. Rangers' next game will be on Sunday afternoon at MSG against the Colorado Avalanche. Last time those two teams played, Rangers lost in overtime 3-2. Looking to bounce back from that tough loss in Colorado. My next live stream will be this Tuesday, January 28th, when the Rangers take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Another big divisional matchup. Hope you'll join me for that one. It should be hopefully competitive and a lot of fun.
I might be doing one Flames game, and then I go to Calgary in 2 weeks.
Oh,
then,
very nice. Okay, good for you.
That's my like Christmas break because I didn't have a Christmas break this year.
That sucks.
Good for you.
I'm so excited. Yeah, we're going to see an exciting one, guys. San Jose and Calgary.
Oh, no.
What a thriller. What a thriller.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, real
Did they pay you? Did they pay you for those tickets, or did you still have to pay?
Wish. I wish. I wish.
Game in Carolina, 5-4.
Oh
boy.
What's that? 9 goals? Sorry, now or no? How many
9 goals combined. Yes.
Well, how many in the second? What's that? Like 6?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Unbelievable. Good takeaway here by the Rangers as they move on up. Good pass for Panarin. Hit the post. And the rebound saved by Harrison. Oh, Panarin. 2 good chances. 1 hit the post and 1 a save by Harrison.
Jeez Louise.
I thought that was one of those weird shots that hit the camera in the middle and just left right out.
By the way, I survived East Hastings. Kyle, thank you for your warnings. I kept my distance.
It is no joke. Probably the scariest place on Earth. It's horrifying.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is this?
So this is a street in Vancouver. I was there last year with Dylan. And he's like, we have to drive past it, but he's like, you'll understand, right? I don't need to say anything. We go by it. And it was homeless galore. It was like the drugs, everything. It was like you were in a movie. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. So thank God Connor kept his distance. But you should Google it one time. Yeah, I
kind of don't want to now.
It was honestly, I thought Toronto was bad.
This was worse.
Oh, it's so bad. It's really, really bad. Yeah, it's really, really bad out there.
Yeah, Bill. Now I know what not to look up before bed later.
Maybe don't do that.
That's where I was thinking, Connor. Like I was thinking, like that sounds like Kensington. That sounds like
oh, okay.
Really bad, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like
If it really is that bad, I'm not even gonna bother finding out what it is. 1 minute to go, second period. Rangers lead 3-1. Save by Shesterkin, and he hangs on. Good chance there for Morgan Frost, I believe. No, that's Ristolainen. My apologies. 1:01 to go in the second.
Damn it.
By the way, I want to give a couple of shout-outs here. One to my lovely girlfriend who is texting me as we're watching the game. So shout out to you, honey. I love you. And to my English friend, Hannah, who currently is residing in Edmonton, who's watching the stream as well. So hello, Hannah. Pleasure to thank you guys for watching. And yeah, appreciate all the support. Under a minute to go. Oh, what a save there by Shesterkin. And that last chance, and the puck goes out of play. That was Hathaway with that last chance. Good save by Shesterkin.
I have more breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh, what do we got?
Per Elliot Friedman on 32 Thoughts, talks have completely cooled down around Simone Nemec of the New Jersey Devils. Communications to anyone who asked, they have zero interest in dealing the 2022 second overall.
So Simone Nemec is off the talks.
He's off the market. Because there was talks about
market.
him. Yes, there was talks about him being dealt. Because of his frustration.
Open user options menu. Tommy Brasher, Arkansas football player. Oh, I've heard his name before. Oh, that's a shame. 84 years young. Oh, God rest his soul. Wow.
Absolutely.
God rest his soul. Thank you for that, RJ. Thoughts and prayers out to his family. 30 seconds to go in the second. Rangers trying to clear it on up. Oh, almost drew a penalty there, did the Rangers. Just avoided one there, as now we get a stoppage in play. Are we going to get a penalty here anyway? No, someone's down. Richard is down for the Phillip Flyers, and he is he is still down, and looks like he's covering his left eye.
I don't know if the puck hit him or the stick.
I hope not the puck.
I know he got.
I'd rather take a stick to the eye than the puck to the eye.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What?
Oh, it was his skate.
Oh no! Oh no! Do I want to see the replay?
It just looks like it clipped him. Like he is one of the luckiest people on the.
Oh my God!
He's not hurt. He's in shock. Like like that was. Oh my God!
That was literally inches away from cutting his eye open. Holy mother of God! He got lucky. Wow. Whew.
Holy crap!
Oh
my God!
I don't care who you root for. You never ever want to see that.
That was insane.
You know what's going to happen?
What?
Someone's going to die one day from this. And then they're going to decide, you know what? I think we should be protecting our faces a little bit.
Yeah.
They should have decided that years ago.
The net guards. Who was the kid? Not in the NHL. I forget his name. He got slashed across.
Yeah.
And he passed away.
Yeah.
And died. And then the next game, because they don't have a requirement of net guards, and I know Travis Konechny and I want to say Scott Lawton, the game following his either funeral.
Yes, they both wore net guards, and I think the entire all of the AHL was wearing net guards as well.
Yes, that was
exactly. Meanwhile, second period is over, and the Rangers hanging on to a 3-1 lead after 40 minutes. So, Bill, despite giving up a goal there, I thought the Flyers definitely had a much better second period in terms of scoring chances.
Yeah, I mean, this is what, ironically, like, this is kind of the trajectory of what I expect of a Flyers game, of the norm. Obviously, there's some outliers out there, but, like, this is going to be a competitive third period. The way they played, I wouldn't be shocked if they scored a goal to cut it down to 1 in the first 5 minutes. I'll go out on a limb and make that a prediction. And then
it comes down to the final 5 minutes. Oh, no question.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I'm man.
Shocked me either. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, just like I'm surprised. Like I think the back of the skate hit his face. He was very, very lucky.
Like I said, after that replay of where you no, because that's a bad example. I'm trying to think of my mind went to like the 2006 Superman movie, but that had the guy shot the gun and it went off the eye of the and you're like, why are we showing this in the trailer? There was some like it's one of those things where it's like in the slow-mo you see in like the sword movies, samurai movies, whatever, and the sword comes like inches hitting the eyelash of the person. He wasn't hurt. Richard was just in shock that he almost lost his career over because of that ice cream. Like he'll be okay, but my goodness, like that's scary.
I remember weeks back, Nazem Kadri did something very dangerous by jumping over a Jets player before scoring. His skate was inches away from cutting his opponent. When did this happen?
Yeah, whoever the Jets defenseman was, he laid his body out. Right.
Oh, okay.
Either way, Kadri was going to go on a breakaway. And
right.
It was a last-minute decision where he had to jump over the guy if he wanted to continue playing the puck, and he scored out of it. But still, yes, you have to be careful of that kind of stuff. Yes.
And Danelle, to answer this question, I remember all of those except for ladybugs. I've never seen ladybugs before. I have seen every single other one of those but ladybugs.
By the way, and I know we're going to an intermission break in a minute.
No, go ahead.
D2, the Mighty Ducks, is, if you go back and watch it now, is the most ridiculous movie, like, let alone hockey movie.
Yes, it is.
It's so insane.
It is.
Like they can't, let alone that they like have a random cowboy that's playing hockey and he gets mad. He gets mad that the chick that is clearly unable to play the puck, like for no reason whatsoever. Like it is a loose puck on the ice, and she just can't figure it out. And then they're like 2 minutes for roping. Like, no, just call it interference. Like that is the least worrisome thing in that movie, and they made it worrisome.
That was so the 90s, though. That was the 90s.
Why is Iceland the villain? What did Iceland ever do to us? They seem perfectly fine.
Well, think about it, right? Like they took our ice.
Yeah. The best part is you lost it for yourself. Let's go shake their hands. It's like, what is happening right now?
Iceland.
Why is Trinidad and Tobago in this like World Juniors tournament? Like, what is happening right now? Absolutely absurd movie.
All I gotta say to that is that's what the 90s does to you, and it pays to be a 90s kid. After 40 minutes of play,
100%.
the Rangers hang on to a 3-1 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers. We'll go over scores around the NHL when we get back, and we will preview the third and final period. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back right here on THPN.
Whether you're looking for courtside or upper deck, opening day or opening night, comedy or concerts. With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time. Whether you're looking for courtside or upper deck, opening day or opening night, comedy or concerts. With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time.
Oh man, got back just on the nose. You're watching another THPN watch party here on YouTube, Twitch, and on Twitter at BlueSeats94. We are presented by DraftKings. Use code THPN at sign up. New customers bet $5. Get $200 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings. Must be 21 or older in select states. And please play responsibly. After 40 minutes of play from MSG, it is the Rangers who have a 3-1 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers. And man, I'm sorry. I was just taking care of something. I had to catch my breath for a second there. I apologize. A lot's happening.
I was eating.
But, Bill, like I said before, what's up, PTY? How's it going, man? Better late than never. Good to see you. But, Bill, I was talking about it earlier. Definitely a much better offensive period for the Flyers, despite giving up a goal there. I did see a lot more quality scoring chances. They outshot the Rangers at one point during that second period. What do you want to see going into the third?
More of the same. I mean, just converting on all of these chances. I mean, you know that you can compete with this team. This isn't like a huge hill to climb. Like this, it's the worst lead in hockey, as we all know, is a 2-goal lead. So get one in the first 5-6 minutes and see what happens. And I think that's exactly what the Flyers are going to do. I'd like to see Tippett get back in it, and maybe see Noah Cates continue his point streak at 5 right now and trying to get that to 6. That'd be nice.
Didn't mean to really cut you off there, Bill. I apologize. But Kyle, what about you?
No, I think Bill hit the nail right there. I think this is still going to be a close game come third period. I feel like the Flyers, I think Torts will get this team ready for the third and know that they're still in it. And you can find one early. I think that's definitely doable. And, they just got to come out guns a-blazing a little bit, because the longer the period goes on without you trying to find that extra goal, the harder that obviously it's going to get. So they have to come out right away. And I think within these first 10 minutes, you have to find one.
Yeah, no.
The most annoying thing is the fact that
if you want to get back in this game and you're Philly, you have to get one within the next 10 minutes. You're absolutely right. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, the most annoying thing is just like consistently, and I know there's not going to be any solution for it. They're 0 for 2 on the power play. This is one of the worst power play stretches. Like, I can't remember a time where this Flyers franchise has been this bad on the power play. They're good on the penalty kill, which is like great. You're
same
not,
with the Rangers.
Yeah, you're not shooting yourself in the foot and giving up the goal when you're a man down. But you got to convert on these chances to be like at least middle of the pack. Like, I know the Rangers coming into tonight were at 20th or something, so you're like right on the edge of being of middle of the pack. Flyers are bottom; they're 28th. Like it's been more of this. It's been more of the same since like 2021. It feels like it has not changed.
Wow. Power play percentage 28th. You're right. Wow.
It's terrible. And like, even at times, it feels like there are stretches where they're like, oh, maybe they're finally turning a corner on the power play. But then because they don't have the offensive talent that we're used to seeing in a Flyers organization, they can't convert. Like, Michkov is fun and all that, but he can only do so much, especially at 19 years old or whatever the hell it is.
Exactly. It's unfair to put that much pressure on a rookie anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking up my own stats for the Flames. Sorry, I just have to laugh about this. They're 30th in goals. They're 30th in shooting percentage. and they're 29th in faceoff percentage. And this team is in a playoff spot.
And yet they're still in a wild card spot. What are we talking about?
30th in penalty kill percentage, 30th in penalty minutes, and they're 21st in power play percentage.
Good God Almighty! Well, speaking of which, let's take a look at some other scores around the league. We have the Flames and Sabres with puck drop in about 5 minutes from now. We have our game, Flyers-Rangers. Rangers up 3-1 after 2 periods. Bruins and Senators just about to get underway in the third period. Bruins still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Morgan Geekie scoring his 13th of the season. Canadians and Red Wings are in second intermission. The Red Wings are up 4-2. Hurricanes and Blue Jackets in a wild game. That is in second intermission. Hurricanes lead 5-4. It was 5-2. Now it is 5-4 Carolina. Golden Knights lead St. Louis 2-1. Jordan Kyrou getting St. Louis on the board with his 21st of the season. Utah leading 2-0 over Minnesota. That is in first intermission. I mentioned Sabres at Calgary. That game is kicking off in about 5-6 minutes from now. And then you also have Canucks and Oilers. Penguins are in Anaheim. By the way, last time the Predators played the Sharks had a 5-1 lead, and the Predators came all the way back and won 7-5. Ouch.
That Oilers and Canucks game is going to be a barn burner.
Yeah.
Considering what just happened on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair point. Fair
They're
point.
not going to be nice to Connor Garland.
No. Who is going to win, Penguins or Ducks? Penguins.
Yep, Penguins.
Yeah, Penguins.
Yeah, we're all unanimous on Penguins there.
Us having no faith in the Ducks.
Also, because they have Cutter Gauthier and F that.
Oh,
yeah.
So, did you watch the game, or did you end up going to that game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How what was it like? Like,
I mean, everybody that I knew was at the game, and then what you could just tell watching, that is what Flyers hockey has felt like in the Wells Fargo Center forever, up until recently. Like, that is how a game should be. Like, right. And what was funny was someone put it perfectly. What they did to Cutter Gauthier, we've been doing to Sidney Crosby for 20 years, whatever amount of years it's been. The difference is Sidney Crosby uses it to fuel himself and ruin our hopes and dreams as the Flyers. Cutter Gauthier heard it and completely folded and didn't know what to do with it. And it was a sight to behold. When the building and the barn is rocking like that, that's what I love about Flyers hockey.
I actually think sorry, go ahead.
No, I was done. That's what makes Flyers hockey great.
Yeah, with that, like, I think he put himself in, because he didn't get his destination selection, correct? Like, he wanted out.
There was no, like, once you say on not even an ELC, like, you're just refusing to sign your ELC, your entry level contract, and you are like, hey, I want to be traded. Okay, you're not having any say whatsoever where we get you. Like, we're getting the best possible deal for you. It's not like, great example is Claude Giroux. Claude Giroux, we could have shipped him out back in, 2021?
I think so, yeah.
To Colorado for a better pick, I bet. But he was like, I want to stay on the East Coast because I have 2 young children. I have my wife. I don't want to go anywhere in the middle of the season that's West. And they accommodated for him. Whether you believe he deserved that or not is up for debate. Like, I think he deserves that. Like, it's whatever. Fine. I don't think we're getting much. And you got Owen Tippett for him. Like, Owen Tippett's panned out to be a pretty good player right now. Like,
he has.
So, but then a guy like Cutter Gauthier has absolutely no say whatsoever compared to a guy that played 1,000 games for your franchise and to you, who's literally saying, I'm going to play 0 games for you. No, you don't get a say whatsoever. You're going to the Ducks, and we're doing what we can.
Does that not tell you about the character of him? Not even signing his ECL. Like,
ridiculous.
He doesn't sign like, you got drafted. What are you? So I would have loved to see then, like, his reaction, all that. Like, in his own private room afterwards of like being selected by the Flyers, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's like,
Yeah.
what? Like, dude, like, you
There-
just had your dream come true and you're pissy about the team that picked you?
There's
That's
a clip.
selfish.
There was a clip that I don't remember this clip on draft night when they selected Cutter. There's a clip that went around on the day that they made the trade where the Flyers staff, this was a Flyers video that went on, that they were like, who is your most inspirational or something along those lines player that you watched growing up that helped you develop the player that you are today? Who did he say?
Don't tell me.
Think of the worst possible answer you can do as a newly selected Philadelphia Flyer
What?
that is currently playing.
Currently playing like in the NHL.
They are currently playing today. Yep.
For the Flyers?
No, they just asked them
no.
who
in
NHL
general.
player- yeah, they were like, what NHL player inspired you to become an NHL player, and who do you like to model your style of play after?
Crosby.
Worst possible answer was Crosby. Who did he say?
Really?
Sidney effing Crosby. That's when we should have known. That's
Okay.
when we should have known.
Wow.
Even if it's true, you don't say that. You cannot say that.
True.
To like, we are such.
You're
despite
in the
what we
wrong
say-
market saying that, right?
Yeah, read the room, brother. Like, come on. So
Mhm.
very, very
Like
crazy,
that would be
tumultuous
like a
times.
Flames draft pick being like, "Oh man, I love Connor McDavid."
Oh,
Right.
God.
Exactly. Like, you can love him, but do so privately. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, thank
we
you.
can all like we can respect the style of play that Sidney Crosby and etc. exude for the NHL.
Exactly.
But if you're a rival team, you don't praise him publicly. Like, you just can't. You
And
know?
it's funny because if like he was in Florida, right, that would fly so far under the
Yeah,
radar.
that'd be fine.
Nobody would ever notice.
Speaking
know
of
what I
which,
mean?
that's
By
really
the-
funny. We were in of all places, ironically, in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, the week that they did the parade. Now, I was contemplating going up there to check it out because I wasn't that far off from Hollywood, Florida, wherever the stadium is.
Yeah.
But it was pouring rain there. There was no one there. I mean,
Really?
No one. now I give them a little bit of a pass, a very smidge of one, because it was raining badly. But also, it's Florida and it rains every day in Florida. So, like, I don't
Sure.
know what to tell you. But
Yeah.
Especially
fair
because
enough.
it's like their first cup, right? Like,
yep.
wow.
Underway in the third period, by the way. This question is for you, Bill, from Danelle. Did you hear that the Flyers and 76ers are getting a new stadium in a few years? I think that's opening in, 2028 or 29, is it?
So the plan is actually to open no later than 2031 with the idea to open up earlier. I'm hoping the whole controversy was the fact that the Sixers were going to go and do their own thing in the center city area of Philadelphia, which is not the move.
That's not happening. No.
They wanted to go. You'll know this, Jimmy. They wanted to go for the Madison Square Garden like feel of it's like
Yes,
it's just plopped in the middle of the city, and
because the where the 76ers play, Wells Fargo Center, is basically MSG 2.0 because Knicks fans all of a sudden pack the stadium, half of it's Knicks fans now. Like, what?
Yeah, it's a very weird time for Philadelphia sports. There's a lot of good teams, two really good teams, and two like mediocre to bad teams right now in the Sixers and Flyers. But the the Sixers randomly just were like, never mind, we'll scrap that deal after getting approval from City Council to approve the stadium. And then they're like, oh, never mind, we've made a partnership with the Philadelphia Flyers and Comcast Spectacor to build a brand new state-of-the-art arena by 2031 in South Philadelphia, where everything else is right now. The whole thing was a game of chicken. It's very funny. I'm happy. Like the Wells Fargo Center is not a terrible arena. It's just not a great arena.
No. The only time that I've ever been to Wells Fargo was for what concert did I see there? It was back in 2019, I believe? Yeah, 2019. I saw Queen and Adam Lambert there.
Oh, nice. Okay. I was probably at that show
Best
too.
concert I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
Nice.
If they ever go on tour again, and if you haven't seen them, I highly recommend. It's
very
worth it. Worth it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
it's
third
not,
period
go ahead.
underway here. Sorry, Cal, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I know it's not concert, but we just saw Sebastian Maniscalco in Buffalo.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
I want to see him so bad.
So funny.
Oh.
So funny. He's really funny. Yeah,
I want to see him so bad.
Yeah, he was really good. He was awesome.
Have you seen Gabriel Iglesias?
No.
Oh my god, he's hysterical. I've seen him twice in Atlantic City at the Borgata Casino.
Mm.
He's one of the funniest people I've seen.
Nice. I was gonna say RJ brought this up here.
Yeah.
City Council
this is what I was
only
talking
weeks
about.
ago to approve the team's plan to open its proposed 76th place downtown by 2031, despite opposition from residents of the city's nearby Chinatown and other. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's basically what you were explaining before, Bill.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
And so
Interesting.
they got approval to just go right for it. There were rumors that they were like $500 million short of what they needed for funding because they were trying to do the privately funded, which is a good thing. Wait
a minute, hang on. I don't mean to cut you off, Bill. I apologize. Miller, well, actually, I'm not surprised. Rempe's getting involved with somebody who doesn't want to let him get up. Who is that on the ground?
Who is that? I think I looked up and I saw them small.
It was Hathaway.
It was right. Hathaway.
Well, let's see what happened here. Well, let's see what happened here. So that.
Wow.
Shesterkin sees the loose puck, covers it up. Rempe gets involved. Edstrom gets involved, and Rempe knocks Hathaway's helmet off, knocks him down, doesn't even let him get up. Wow. Ugh. Goodness gracious.
Jeez Louise.
How much more reckless can you get? Honestly, how much more reckless can you get?
And it's all because his own teammate knocked him into Shesterkin. So, like, of course.
Look, I get that, but at some point, your recklessness is going to... He was literally suspended 8 games. Have you not learned your lesson yet? Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't think they called a penalty on. No, it's 5-on-5. Okay.
No, there was no penalty.
Yeah, I'm
More
at
sugar,
1706.
man, but even still, just don't be reckless. That's all.
Yeah. I'm at 1706 for your reference too, Jimmy.
What's that?
I'm the timestamp. I was at 1706 right before the. Well, obviously now I'm at.
So we're like right in the.
Into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
But yet they continue to win when he's in the lineup. So I don't know what to think, but it is what it is. Whatever. I don't know. Meanwhile, Will Cooley moves up. That's on goal, stopped by Erison, and he decides to cover it up with 16:38 to go in the third. Rangers lead 3-1.
Matt Rempe scored last game, right? For you guys?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was his. Was that his first? Yeah, first of the season.
Must have been. Yeah. That's so funny.
Not even his height and range is stopping him losing fights like the one again. Oh my god! Don't even get me started on that one, Connor.
Do you think he's helping or hurting this team, Jimmy?
What's that?
Is he helping or hurting this team more?
I mean, they continue to win while he's in the lineup, so he's got to be helping in some way, shape, or form. But I just wish that, look, it's great that he's an enforcer, which is something the Rangers have been missing. But at the same time, some of the hits have been questionable and reckless, and I don't like that personally. So it's kind of a toss-up for me. He's helping because they continue to win with him, but at the same time, if he continues to be reckless like this, it's going to bite them in the ass.
And at the worst inopportune time, too.
Yeah,
exactly. They're in the middle of a playoff race.
Yep.
He does not have time to be reckless like this. If I'm a Ranger fan, he's hurting them. What does he really contribute? It's a fair point. But look, again, as long as they continue to put him in the lineup, they do good with him. So I don't know if it's some type of energy that he brings to the team. I don't know. I'm not the coach. I'm not behind the bench. I don't know what goes on. But obviously, it's something that's helping this team that's good mojo. And if they don't want to mess that up, so be it.
He gets to bring his two best friends, his lefty and his righty. That's pretty much what he can contribute.
What is wrong with you?
Why? He gets to bring his fists. That's what he gets to bring to the table.
Oh, my God.
Which is really funny because, like, the enforcer role in the NHL is it's gone the way of the dodo bird, the dinosaur. Like, it's becoming very extinct. Outside
it's
of, like,
dead at this point.
Handful of players.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. The last good enforcer the Rangers had was Brandon Proust. That's it.
Man.
And that was like 10 years ago.
Mr.
Actually,
Brandon
more than
Proust.
10 years ago.
Wow.
Like maybe 12, 13 years ago.
Did you do you remember, or did you buy the story where it was like Sean Avery went to see Chris Drury at the time? They were like ridiculous that you think you would have that much like, capabilities to go in and be like, hey, you should trade this guy.
I don't buy that for a second. Come on, man.
Yeah, like I get he can be your buddy, but it's like I don't buy it at all. Like I don't think Sean Avery
absolutely
knows,
not.
Like,
no
nail
way
from the hammer.
Maybe his GM likes him a lot. It could be. It could be his GM likes him a lot. I don't know what it is, Connor. I really don't know what it is about Matt Rempe. But who knows? Rangers clear the puck out of the zone. Just about 5 minutes gone by here in the third period. Rangers with a 3-1 lead. Flyers looking to get something going offensively. Sorry, go ahead.
No, did you see the game? Oh, probably with the Rangers and the Habs the other night. Last week.
Oh God, yeah, that one was tough.
That was banana lands that game. That was crazy.
Meanwhile, that backhand shot scores. Filipino Rangers lead 4-1.
Well, that might be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Wow,
4-1, still a scary lead though. Just saying.
Can I cash out?
The look up towards face though. Oh my God, he is pissed.
That'd be, man. Nobody knows where he is either. Oh
no, nobody saw him in the vicinity.
Man, he was so sneaky with that. Nobody saw him.
Unbelievable.
Nobody saw him. He was hanging out behind the net, came back front net like.
That was a beautiful deflection. Nobody saw it.
No.
What a job by Filipino.
Nobody had an eye on him.
Wow. So now it's 4-1 Rangers.
He just pops out of nowhere.
Literally.
He popped out of nowhere.
And look, he was being held a little bit too, but not enough to warrant a penalty. But even still, beautiful job by Hito to get right in front with a deflection. And the Rangers now lead 4-1. Put them on the Flyers with Ryan Reeves. You get the new You mean Toronto? Ryan Reeves is with Toronto.
No. He means put Matt Rempe on the Flyers and Ryan Reeves, and you've got Brock.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Never mind.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, we got Championship Sunday scheduled. Thank you, RJ, for that. We got Commanders and Eagles at 3 p.m. and then Bills and Chiefs at 6:30 p.m. And the Super Bowl is February 9th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time in New Orleans. Go Bills and go Commanders. That's all I got to say. Flyers move in the zone.
Can we just be objective here? Like,
yeah,
a Bills Commanders Super Bowl would be the worst Super Bowl on the planet.
Why?
If we really want entertainment.
Does anybody really want to see Chiefs Eagles again? Come on.
I don't want Chiefs Eagles. I want Bills Eagles. Like those two conglomerate of fan bases.
You know what?
Come on.
You know what?
Let's be honest here. That would be fun. And in New Orleans, if you've been to New Orleans, you know how insane that place can be. Then you put
I have not been to New Orleans.
Eagles fans. You put the Eagles fans and the Bills fans together in that city. Oh my God, it's game over. That's gonna be the greatest Super Bowl ever. It's gonna be awesome.
I would be very careful because I think the Commanders are gonna have something to say.
I do. Listen, Jaden Daniels is not playing like a rookie. He is playing like a guy that's been in the league.
He's an absolute stud. Absolute stud.
Yeah. And I didn't realize this until someone pointed it out to me. he's 24, almost 25. Like he's an older rookie, which like
Yes.
bodes well for what he's trying to achieve. And the fact that he put up with Brian Kelly for his last year up and down in LSU, good for him. I hate that kid. Brian Kelly's the worst person on the planet. Awful person.
Does anybody really like him though?
No.
I don't know. There's no way.
Everyone would watch a Super Bowl with totally unfancy team. That's what I'm saying. You don't think they want to watch a rookie win a Super Bowl? You don't think they want to see that? Come on.
I'd watch it.
Same with me.
Super Bowl.
I'm telling you right now, if it's Chiefs Eagles again, I'm not watching. I'm boycotting. That's it.
I don't buy that. No, I don't buy that.
I'm joking, of course. I'm joking.
Everyone watches the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's no way I'm boycotting a Super
Tony,
Bowl.
I said that last year.
Be better than that.
I'm a Seahawks fan. And I said that last year when it was like Chiefs Niners. I'm like, I don't want to see this again.
Yeah,
but I still watched it.
Right.
Although the Niners came close last year, though.
Here's what I'm dealing with now. I have dealt with. I am happily married, almost 7 years now. 7 years in June.
Nice. Okay. Good for you.
I have a Swiftie for a wife.
Oh,
it has created,
God.
It has created this weird conundrum I have where she's invested in football and watching games as long as it's a Chiefs game. And I'm like, no, we're in Philadelphia. I need you to focus on the team that is here. But she's focusing on Swiftie. So.
But she's watching. That's important.
Right. That's the what do I do here?
Who cares if she's watching?
What do you mean? She's getting into it. She just gotta,
Who cares?
I think Bill cares.
I care a little bit. It's a little bothersome. Like I forget what. Oh, it had to have been the divisional games because they played on Saturday, didn't they? Did the Chiefs play on Saturday last week?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yes,
yeah,
they did.
Yeah,
they did.
So like I wake up, I brew my coffee, I'm chilling in the kitchen, getting my Saturday started. My wife comes down, she goes, "So the Chiefs play today, right?" I'm like, "Let me ask you something. When do the Eagles play?" And she had no idea. That annoys me.
Come on.
Annoys me. Like that's annoying. Like the fact that you're like rubbing it in my face that like she knows when the Chiefs play because you know that Taylor Swift's going to be at that game and she'll be at the next game or like she'll be there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's funny.
You think we don't care? Your other half tunes are the wow. I see how it is, Connor. Okay, I see how it is. Okay. I see how it is, boy. Okay.
My Super Bowl is Sunday night, 6:30. That's my Super Bowl. Bills Chiefs.
I don't hate that.
There you go.
I've seen a couple people say that. Like really, the Super Bowl.
That's it.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is Sunday night. Yeah. It's a great matchup. Like I think Josh Allen's team is on a mission to finally get over the hump of getting over the acronym. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls, and the Chiefs are getting to that point of wow, they're trying to make history. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm so excited for that, man. It's gonna be so good. I can't wait. It's gonna be too good.
Connor, I know it's all for fun, man. I'm just messing around too. It's all good.
I still don't know who's going to come out on top. I'm still a coin flip on that.
I was going to say we'll get some championship Sunday predictions at the end of tonight's game, so you have some time to think about that.
Emphasis on the game that we haven't been.
Yeah,
exactly. This game's over. It's 4-1 Rangers. This game's over. They don't have the talent to make it a 3-goal deficit and. What do we got here? 11:20 to go. Like they had to get a goal in the first 10 minutes.
Yep,
without giving up a goal.
Yes.
Just don't put them on the power play.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, you got to bring that into existence.
Well, it's not like my team's better on the power play. So,
I mean, ironically, you might want to go up. That was a good.
This day in history, January 23rd, 2000, Philadelphia acquired Keith Primo from the Carolina Hurricanes and a 2005 round pick, which turned into nobody, for Rod Brind'Amour, Jean-Marc Peltier, and a 2000 second round pick, which also turned into a nobody.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. I like that kind of stuff.
For Rod
that's always good.
Wow.
Rod
The fact that
Brind'Amour.
the fact that was a quarter century ago is crazy.
Literally.
25 years.
That doesn't feel like it
Yeah, right.
at all.
I've got nothing on that one.
Wow. Brind'Amour, and it's funny, like if you look at it, it was realistically a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah.
Because those picks and prospects didn't turn in, or then the Peltier guy didn't turn into anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is why I've always been a fan, have leaned more towards, if you're unsure about a prospect, trade him. Like, it's okay. Like, if you're unsure if he's going to pan out, or like the draft picks that we were just talking about that they gave up, like, draft picks are unknown until you use them. If you think it's valuable to get a player like Keith Primo, get rid of him. Or Ron Brind'Amour, get rid of him. You don't need those picks. So I'm glad that it seems like teams, not just in the NHL, just in general, are like, okay, we're willing to sacrifice these picks because we don't know what they're going to be for the known player. Get it for the known player that you think is going to be sustainable for your franchise.
100%. One sec, Kyle. I don't mean to cut you off. 9:51 remaining in the third period. Rangers lead 4-1. Also, Zach Hyman scoring for the Oilers as they take a 1-0 lead over the Vancouver Canucks. So go ahead, Kyle. I apologize.
No. I was just going to quickly say, like, bringing it back to Calgary, but it kind of ties into it a little bit. They dropped Walker Duehr. I don't know if you guys know that name at all. But he got claimed by San Jose on Tuesday, and a lot of Flames fans were kind of upset because this is a guy that played on the fourth line, right? But to Bill's point, like, he was such an unsure player that you didn't really know. Like, he was right in between, like, being a fourth liner and being a really good AHL player. Like, he leads the AHL. He's up there in points, right? But it's like, you're so unsure of it. And then when he gets dropped, right, everybody flipped out about it a little bit. And some of us, like myself, were just sitting there going like, okay, but like, did he kind of hit his ceiling already? So, and you wonder, like, with other prospects that you're unsure of, like, okay, well, you put them to the test. If you feel like they've kind of hit their ceiling, then it's okay to get rid of them and try to acquire more picks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they have to fit your scheme too, right?
Yes.
He's not.
I mean,
he's not like. Go ahead. Yeah.
You always look for, like, the Flyers strategically, whether it's this trade deadline or offseason. I lean towards, like, a lot of these moves that they're going to look to make are in the offseason rather than at the trade deadline. But they should be looking for the guys that are young, talented, looking for a change of scenery. It's just not working out where they're at, whatever the case may be. Like, they're maybe a little bit troubled. I don't know what, like, the definition of troubled is in this scenario, but they should be going for the guy that, like, is not living up to the standard that the team that they're currently on is expecting out of them, and see what you can do with them. Like, take a flyer on somebody. That's what honestly, you can make an argument that they took a flyer on Owen Tippett. Like, despite like being boxed into that Claude Giroux trade, the Owen Tippett wasn't expected to be what I would think he is now. He might be exceeding what his expectations were in Florida. Granted, Florida was boxing him out because of the talent that was already above him, and there was no way he could clear that. So you understand why. But the fact that like, those are the players the Flyers should be looking for.
You wonder, like, too, as we get closer and closer to playoffs, right? Like, you wonder, looking at teams, like, who's kind of fulfilled their identity with the players that they have around them, right? Like, you remember when Florida won it last year, their whole identity was, we're going to go in and out-physical you in every single aspect of the game. They just beat you down. And that's just what they did to Tampa. It's what they did to Boston, yada, yada. So the Rangers, yada, 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 right? Like, they just beat teams down, right? And that was their philosophy, and they ended up winning it, right? On the other side of the coin with Edmonton, it's a completely different team, right? It's, we're going to surround our best two guys with the best weapons possible and not rely much on defense because we believe we can win high-scoring games.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm curious because this deadline is so interesting this year because you have so many teams in the Eastern Conference, right? And like, for the Rangers, especially, Jimmy, and you can chime in on this, where you wonder, like, okay, if you are one of the players to acquire JT Miller, what does that say to you about your roster, about the type of team that you want to be come playoff time, if that's
100%. 100%, which is why I'm a proponent of not getting JT Miller, because I don't see a point. I don't see a point. He was
You
good
don't think
when
he
he first
fits?
got here. What's that?
You don't think he fits?
No, I don't think he'd fit. Plus, what are you giving up for him? Are you giving up Braden Schneider? Are you giving up Chris Who are you giving up for him? You're probably going to give up too much for him anyway, so I don't see a point.
Did you see the trade proposal? It was Schittle, Lindgren, and a second.
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh,
I did
no.
see that, and Vancouver said no.
Yeah. Did you like that package?
I don't know. I don't know what more it's gonna take, but if I'm the Rangers, I don't want it back. No way. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was, I agree. Like, that was the package. I thought it was a light package, and I agree. I like the fact that Vancouver said no.
The fact that they said no to that means that
Yeah.
he's not coming back to the Rangers. And you know what? I think they're better off.
But it's funny because, you know what's funny? The timeline of it, right? Vancouver said no to that. It came out, right? That was the package. They said no to it. All of a sudden, the Devils and Hurricanes became players now, right? Because it's only a matter of time before he gets dealt. Do you think the reason why these two teams became big players was to drive the market up and put pressure on the Rangers in order to give up more assets to get him, because they want to seem like, because maybe wants to seem like the Rangers are desperate?
Oh, I absolutely agree with that. 100%. You know, look, a lot of teams are desperate, you know, because offense has gone up in the league, and a lot of teams are more desperate for offensive firepower nowadays. And, you know, there's a reason why. I guess JT Miller has been red hot in terms of trade talks, so I 100% get why. But with this system, I just don't think he would fit. I really don't think he would fit.
Interesting. Okay, interesting.
That's
I think he would be a great fit.
Any DMX? You mean BMX? No. If that's the case, then no.
DMX the rapper, like X.
Oh, DMX. Oh, I'm sorry. Then no. I'm not huge on DMX.
Oh goodness.
I've heard of him though. Oh, it's 6'4". Wow. All right. Carolina answered the. Wow. All right.
Can someone in the Carolina Blue Jackets game transfer some goals to the Flyers? That'd be nice.
Or to this
team. Yeah,
in
like
general.
just
if only the Flyers had half the talent that Carolina has, they'd be a
5
juggernaut.
goals. Half the goals, just half the goals have been scored in this game in total.
Literally,
Carolina has outscored both of these teams.
Oh, 100%. 100%. 6:50 to go, third period. Rangers lead 4-1. Loose puck behind the net. Zibanejad able to play it out as far as center, but the Flyers able to get back in. That shot blocked in front. Good block by Keandre Miller. Miller quietly having a very good game tonight with a goal and a couple of good blocks.
Speaking of Miller,
he's 2 assists in the Oilers game, proves he can be really good. He just misplaces. That's exactly my point. Thank you, Connor. Exactly.
Right move for Vancouver is to keep him.
100%, yes.
Do I think they will?
No, they're not. But the right move would be to keep him at least until the end of the season.
Yeah, it's like, to me, I think it's because, like, if this was dealt with earlier on, we wouldn't be talking about this, because it's become so far down the rabbit hole now. It's kind of too late.
And the trade deadline's in a couple of months, so you're kind of playing playing a little. You're walking on a tightrope here.
We're like weeks away, and you know what's going to happen is when the Four Nations comes up, that's when most of the talking is going to ramp up.
Oh yes, no debate,
right?
100%.
Like, everybody's going to get together, right? And they're going to be like, okay, let's see what.
By the way, 3-0 Utah over the Wild now in the second period.
What is the deadline this year? Do we know?
March 7th.
March 10th. Thank you, Bill.
7th, you said, right?
Yep.
Oh, 7th. Oh, I thought you said 10th. I'm sorry.
Friday. Oh, that's exciting.
Oh boy.
It's a month away. It's essentially a month away.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's gonna fly by, and it's gonna come by really quick.
Yes, it is. Under 5 minutes to go. Third period, 4-1. Rangers lead. Lafreniere in the corner strips away the puck. Lafreniere looks for a lane, still has it. Good pass for Panarin. A shot blocked in front off the skate of a Flyer defender. Fox in the corner feeds Panarin. Looks for a man. Under pressure was Panarin, and good play by the Flyers. And now we got a penalty coming up. Looks like a holding penalty. Looks like it's on the Rangers. Looks like Panarin's going off, and the Flyers are going to get their third power play of the night. They're 0 for 2.
Yeah, a power play for the Flyers. I'm so excited.
You just sound so depressed, man.
Because like why like the joke the dad joke, as I call it, of this is like, can we decline the penalty? Like, let's just decline it. Like, I don't want. We're declining 2-minute penalties. I don't want to watch this. It's not going to end well.
Really
now,
funny.
because I said that, Michkov's going to get a goal, but
well, we'll see about that. Penguins fan in the building. What's going on? 1-0 Bruins with 4 minutes left in the third period. Wow, still clinging on for dear life.
Yep. I have more news from Elliot Friedman, who they reported today. So I have more news because he mentioned Simon Nemec. This one is unfortunately about the Calgary Flames.
Boy.
I have to mention this. So Elliot Friedman quote: "Everyone knows that the Flames are looking for a right-hand center. Dylan Cousins has been talked about. Looking for a young player with term. If they are still in the race, Craig Conroy will go for a short-term / rental right-hand center that doesn't cost a lot."
Fascinating. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that.
that's great.
I don't know, Kyle. Yep, 2025 trade deadline is at 3 p.m. on March 7th. Thank you for clarifying that.
Well, so it's funny. We were talking about this on Flamescast, right? Just in general about Dylan Cousins, that whole situation, because it seems like he's going to get dealt, right?
Right.
So if you're Buffalo, right, and one of the players that is interested is Detroit, right? Do you really think they would trade within their own division?
No.
Right? Like that's
like,
what I'm thinking.
That's like what?
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just saying, like, that's something that's like kind of sacrilege in every sport. Like you avoid trading within your division.
When's the last Philadelphia-Pittsburgh trade?
Right.
Right.
Can we say Hextall? We traded Hextall as GM. we fired him, and then they hired him.
How often have the Rangers and the Islanders and the Devils all partnered up together and traded?
Oh my
God!
God.
What I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Ironically,
By the way, the Panarin penalty was interference, and the Flyers on the power play. Rangers, by the way, I don't mean to cut your boys off here, have 6 points tonight by defensemen. That's the most points that defensemen have had for the Rangers since 2019 against Vegas.
Oh, interesting.
And the Flyers, why are you pulling your goalie with 4 minutes left down by 3? That makes no sense.
You're down by 3. What else are you going to do?
You got to do something, man.
Yeah. So you got to create something. Something's got to give.
Yep.
Hey, do me a favor, though. Give the puck to Igor.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Shoot.
Ironically, I think
he scores on this air. Bill just walks out.
He's like,
I'm just leaving.
He's like, I'm basically done, right?
Yeah. Ironically, we were talking about division trades within the division. The most recent one I can think of, and I might be wrong, like high profile one, was the McNabb trade to the Washington.
Well,
that team.
We're bringing that back up for a second. You can't just show that and not expect me to respond.
I was just messing, Kyle. 3:45 to go in the third, by the way. Empty net for the Flyers. They're on the power play for a minute 10 more. Now you may continue.
Oh, I'll just say this. And that got you where, Connor?
Oh, shots.
Where did that get you?
Shots.
Thank you for Rustevich. Thank you for a first-round pick. Thank you for another pick that we turned into more picks. And even though the Kuzmenko thing didn't really work out.
No.
Where did that all get you? I called it last year. I said that they're frauds, and that's exactly what they were. And they are now.
True. No, you did. I did hear you say that, Kyle. In your defense, I did hear you say that. And there's the empty netter, and that's your game.
Well,
With
congratulations.
3:07 to go, Adam Fox gets the empty net, and it's 5-1 Rangers.
Yeah, this party's over.
Back-to-back games with 5 goals for the Rangers. I'm a Penguins fan, but I also love the Rangers beat them. Well, it looks like they're going to, Penguins fan. So it would take a miracle for them to lose this game now.
Yeah, that's right. A longer wait time.
Sorry, Kyle. Longer wait time for the holiday. Oh my gosh.
Pretty much what you got, right?
Remember Roenick.
Philip Roenick. I mean, he's been injured a little bit recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any love for rapper DMX? Again, I've heard of him. I just, I don't know. I just never been big on him.
Yeah.
You have holidays in 2 days. You mean 2 weeks, Connor?
2 weeks. Yo, 2 weeks. I have holidays. I'm gonna get so wasted.
By the way, that empty net was also an important goal. So the Rangers' penalty kill continues to dominate. And that's a shot saved by Shesterkin. Puck is cleared out once again. Goes all the way down. Stopped by Ersson. Good play by him. Power play is over for the Flyers. They're back to 5-on-5 with 2:25 to go. Fox, his third unassisted empty net at 16:53.
I'm so excited.
Henry Miller.
I'm sorry.
What's that, Kyle?
Oh my god.
No, I'm so excited for the holidays. If you guys are wondering what's going to be happening, we're going to ski, we're going to drink a lot of beer, and then we're going to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
nice.
boy. Okay.
Okay.
I see how this is going to go. Delayed penalty call coming here, and this one's against the Flyers. What the hell are they doing? 1:56 to go. What penalty could you possibly take? Looks like number 27 is going off, and Trocheck having a word with Ersson.
Well,
Not exactly sure what happened there.
Well, this game was fun for the first minute 25.
It was. Also, I think the closest was... We had 3 predictions tonight. I think the closest would be Liam.
You would be correct, yes.
Unless you want to give it to Goza, because he had 5 goals for the Rangers, so there's that.
Let's call it a tie.
And then Bone at 4-1. So, okay, yeah, we'll call it a tie. It's close enough.
Fair enough to me. Rangers on the power play for essentially the rest of this game. Cates went off for slashing as that shot a save. And no, the puck went in. It went behind Ersson. And Riley Smith is able to bank it in. That's a power play goal for the Rangers. And it's 6-1. How about that?
Just pounding these guys now. I'm sorry, Bill.
This is just what happened
here? Bill.
He just flung it on net. Oh, yeah, it got behind him. He didn't.
No, Bill, in all honest to God seriousness, I was not expecting it to be this bad. I legit was expecting it to be more competitive.
It's going out of hand.
Yeah, after that third goal, it just felt like they were not able to get back into it.
Yeah.
Even like when we got to the third period, like it was only a 3-1 game. Like it's nothing out of reach.
Yeah, but it's funny because like they're down 6-1. They're out shooting the Rangers by 1 shot. It's 36-35 in favor of the Flyers.
Down 6-1.
But they're down 6-1. So you really gotta like the shots on goal stat can be so misleading. Like just because it's a shot on net doesn't mean that it was like a tough save.
Quality shots matter.
Like if they're just throwing it at the top of the point and Shesterkin's elbowing or blockering it away, like who cares? That's not getting any chances.
Exactly.
So
yeah, no, you're 100% right, and you're 100% right, Bill. And again, Flyers have another game tomorrow on Long Island against the Islanders, a game which they should win. So you can expect Sports to rip into his players after this and come out angry on Long Island tomorrow. But if they keep playing like this, they're eventually going to fall out of it.
Yeah, let's see if DraftKings has released the early line for that, because sometimes they are day of on.
Use code THPN at sign up if you're interested.
Let's see.
It's right out of my mouth.
30 seconds to go. 6-1 Rangers. Rangers will improve to 7-0-3 in their last 10 games.
Wow.
Simply amazing stuff.
Wow.
Oilers 3, Canucks 0. Oh my God. Wow. Kyle's definitely happy about that one. In the words of Sam Rosen, they're on their feet at the Garden, 3-2-1, and that is your game. The Rangers dismantle the Flyers 6-1. Shesterkin's shutout streak gets broken, but it doesn't matter. The Rangers continue their dominance ever since early January, and they win this one 6-1.
Bill, you want to go?
I just hold on here. I got the solution for this. Hold on.
Oh no,
I like a good solution.
Go Birds, baby! Go Birds!
We're looking this.
I just like this is. I'm just looking. Like I'll watch tomorrow's game. I just put in my bet because they'll probably win tomorrow. Knowing this team, they will win tomorrow.
More than likely.
Yeah, against the lowly Islanders.
And all honesty, they should win tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Knock on wood.
Right. Yeah. So they're going to be in the playoff race. I don't think they'll make it in the final 2 wildcard spots. Obviously, they're talented. Even the Rangers, who are also battling for this, like they're not talented enough. Like the Flyers, I mean, like competing against other contenders in the playoff. You can see, sadly, for me, how far behind they are right now. Like it's not an fixed, and I don't know what Danny Briere and company has to get pulled off, but who knows? Let's go. Let's see what happens.
By the way, Bruins beat the Senators 2-0 back-to-back nights. The Senators have been shut out. Yikes.
Hurricanes won 7-4.
Oh, 7-4. Yikes. All right. But Kyle, what did you think about this game?
I thought it was competitive early on, right? And then just even like closer to the third period, just got away from them, and the Rangers just poured it on. And you want to call it 2 empty? Well, I mean, despite the last goal, you got the 1 empty netter, but it was still fairly close, I thought. And then the fourth goal just kind of sealed the deal, basically. So, kind of said it early on. They needed to protect Harrison a bit better, and I thought they kind of lost that a little bit in the third.
Yeah, absolutely. Any team can beat anybody in the NHL, so the Islanders could get some pay. Yeah, no, I mean, they could, but realistically, the Flyers should win tomorrow because the Islanders, well, they also lack offensive firepower. So, what do you expect? By the way, Red Wings beat Montreal 4-2 today, so a big win for the Red Wings. But, boys, before we sign off for the night, Championship Sunday predictions. So we'll start off with Commanders versus Eagles since we are talking Philadelphia. And Bill, since you're the Philadelphia guy, I'll let you go first. What do you think?
I think the biggest flaw that both teams have is, ironically, each side of the ball. Eagles are struggling right now with the passing game. There's no denying that. Jalen Hurts is not getting the ball out. The caveat to that is I don't know how much weight I can give last week's game because the snow was such a factor. Like that, that's a tough.
Thanks, Connor.
The other thing is, and by the way, here, I don't know how well you can see this. That was my seats. I don't know how well that's going to show up.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. No, I saw that.
It was insane. It was insane.
That's sick.
The other thing that I keep coming back to with Washington is their defense is not as good as I thought that it was. You give up 31 points to the Lions, that loses a game 95 out of 100 times. If you're giving up 31 points.
Yeah.
I think this is going to come down to who has the ball last. And that kind of terrifies me because if Jaden Daniels has the ball with a minute and a half to go, down by 5, and he has to score a touchdown to win this thing, I think he's going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Having said that, there's no way Saquon Barkley is shut down. He's going to run for buck 50. Buck 50.
I agree with that.
Give me the Eagles 31-17. They're going to crush them.
Okay. 31-17 Philly. Kyle?
If the Eagles have to win this game early on, they can't let it get to the fourth quarter and the Commanders are hanging around, right? By 3, 4, 7 points, whatever it may be. So I think they will. I kind of like Bill's thinking here, even though he's an Eagles fan. A little biased. But I like his thinking. I think the Eagles,
I try and separate it best I
know.
can.
I think that they win this game early on. I think if it's in Washington, it's a different story. I like Philly. I'll say it's I think it's gonna be a high scoring game too, though. But I think it's not even that. I'll say like 27-14. I think it's gonna be that type of game.
Yeah. And by the way,
you're saying Eagles too, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles. Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy,
go ahead, Bill.
Jimmy, before I let you go too, the other thing that it feels like everyone is not talking about enough is the week that the Commanders won, Jalen Hurts was gone for 3 quarters. Like he didn't play.
True.
And like they're factoring like that was a normalcy thing.
It wasn't.
Like it wasn't. Like that has to be weighted. So
but as well, they did put up 36 points.
Right. But again, Jaden Daniels is not what he was in that week 14 or 15, whatever it was, and he's certainly not the guy in the first game. He is easily rookie of the year for this league, in my opinion. It's crazy how good he is. So
I just
wanted to add that.
100%. But no, listen. I do think the Eagles are the more complete team. Despite some issues with pass protection, I get all that, but Eagles are clearly the better team. I see what Saquon Barkley's doing, clearly in the conversation, at least for MVP. I know Allen and Lamar Jackson are the finalists. Congrats to them. No matter who wins it, it's going to be deservedly so. But I saw what Jaden Daniels did against that Lions defense. Even though the Lions defense was ravaged by injuries, he still was poised, calm, cool, collected, and he went into Detroit, a hostile environment, and beat a team that was heavy favorites, and he carved them up. I like their chances in Philly, and you know what? I think it's going to come down to a field goal. I think it's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down to a last-second field goal. Give me the Commanders. I'm going with the upset, not just because all seriousness. No jokes. All seriousness. It's not just because I hate Philadelphia. No jokes here. All seriousness. I truly do see what Jaden Daniels is capable of. I really think that this kid is something special, and I think he's poised to go on an even deeper playoff run than we think. So I am going to say 30-27 Commanders going to the Super Bowl.
Quickly, let's do the other one and let's get out of here.
Real quick. Bills, Chiefs. Kyle, you first.
Turnovers will be the key in this game. Both teams don't turn the ball over. I think the Chiefs find a way to turn the ball over late third quarter, fourth quarter. Bills find a way to get on top. Go Bills. I'll say, 24-20.
All right. Bill?
I like it. Like I said with the Detroit, at some point, it catches up to you in this league, whether you're on IR or whatever. It feels like the Chiefs have been getting by games by the skin of their teeth. Like one-score games, there was a stat that if you flip the result of the one-score games, the Chiefs are like the worst team in the NFL.
Yep.
That ends this week. Bills win this game. They finally get over the hump. 35-28. Straightforward, just straight touchdowns. Winner take all. I actually just saw a stat or a thing a couple years ago was the 13 seconds. We all just collectively said this is too much time, and they're all gonna 13 seconds left, and
that won't be the case this time around.
No,
that won't be the case this time. I think Buffalo finally gets over the hump, and the Chiefs lose a one-score game, 35-28 Buffalo.
Make it quick here. Give me the Bills, 33-27. I think the Bills finally get it done. Josh Allen. Look, if Josh Allen wins this game, I think he ultimately wins MVP. I think he's going to. He was called overrated by his peers, and look what he's doing. So give me the Bills. Look, I like the Chiefs. I love what they're doing. Patrick Mahomes is the best of all time right now, but Josh Allen's finally going to do it. 33-27. Give me the Bills and the Commanders. in the Super Bowl. With that being said, that's going to wrap it up for us for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bill, before we before we sign off for the night, where can people find your show and how they can follow you on social media?
Well, thank you. Well, you can see our show handle on the Twitter right there at OBackcheck. You can catch us every week. We post content. We just posted some videos about our the stadium that we talked about. And
I saw that too.
Give us the Wawa Center. That's all I want. So anywhere and everywhere, everywhere and anywhere, Orange and Backcheck Podcast. That's where you can find us. And I'm at Bill Kornfeld on Twitter, but that doesn't matter because I just want you to follow Orange and Backcheck. Thank you, everybody.
And of course, you can follow Kyle and his podcast, Flamescast, at Flamescast NHL on Twitter and Instagram. But gentlemen, this was such a pleasure. Thank you both. Let's do it again real soon. Bill, I hope next time it's at least competitive. But look, in all seriousness, thank you very much. And go Bills and go Commanders. Once again, the final score tonight, the New York Rangers beat the Philadelphia Flyers 6-1 from MSG. We're sponsored by DraftKings. Use code THPN. New customers bet $5, get $200 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings. Must be 21 or older in select states. And please play responsibly. Alongside Bill Kornfeld and Kyle Manifold, my name is Jimmy. This has been another THPN Watch Party. Thank you very much. We love you guys, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace, and take care.